bask in the glory. Every other weekend there's a cognac story. Before we give a toast, better make sure they pour me another glass and put it in the air for the time that passed. I said bask in the glory. Every other weekend there's a cognac story. Before we give a toast, better make sure they pour me another glass and put it in the air for the time.
All right, man. So, yeah, if you heard that, then yeah, man, that means we're recording, bro. So once again, welcome back. Welcome to Cognac Stories. I'm Torian Meacham, your fucking guide on this journey through the minds of madmen. Today, very special occasion. I'm joined by my fucking guy. I knew this dude damn near 20 fucking years. Oh shit, it's more than 20 years.
It's been a minute.
My guy still living off experience. The fucking king of the club let out. Fuck a bitch. Fuck a belt. I will break your back, bitch. My man Slox, the CEO, founder, head chef at his own fucking catering business. Goddamn New Jersey barbecue out of Conyers, Georgia, right outside of Atlanta. Welcome to the fucking pod. Friend of the fucking show, longtime friend. How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, I can't complain, man. Life is really good right now, man. Life is real good right now.
You sound like Drake and fucking Future, bro. Get the hell out of here with that bullshit.
Hey, man, it's funny. Like, I remember I listened to a lot of podcasts. I forgot which one I would listen to. But the dude was like, yeah, he was tired of people. He asked people how you doing. He said, oh, I'm maintaining. Like, what you mean you maintaining?
Yeah.
Like that's not nothing good. And I'm like, the way my life going right now, like I can't complain about nothing.
Absolutely,
like
man, I feel you.
Like you said, I'm learning the game of owning their own business. So I start doing that. I'm about to buy a house next month, so.
Damn, man, humble brag, bro. I feel you, man.
You know what I mean?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
On Zillow, nigga.
Word. Between Zillow and Redfin.
Hell
but
yeah.
I can't complain about shit right now. I had a lovely weekend. Took the kids swimming yesterday. So
so wait, your kids can swim?
Not 100%, but my son's getting a lot better. And my daughter, she gotta learn how to keep her mouth closed when she's in the water. Pause. But they love the water, so it ain't like I gotta, I can't keep them like they're not scared to jump in the water.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing to overcome, man. Is that fear of getting in the water, just jumping in without somebody there to catch you.
Yeah, once I figured because like we go to Florida like every year.
Yeah.
And every time we go, pools, water parks, whatever. They got the little safety vests, but that can only help them so much.
Hold up. Let me bring that back. This nigga said he takes family vacations every year. You heard him. Family vacations every year. You niggas don't know nothing about that. You fucking badass fathers.
You got to. And the thing about it is we kind of slacked off this shit. Like I said, we buying a house.
Well, I mean, it's a pandemic, bro, also, so.
Well, not even with that, we went to Florida last year during the pandemic. We just, instead of going to like a resort, we just rented a house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? House had the pool in the backyard. We still did other stuff, but the main thing was, just to get away and just relax. And with my kids, they was cool with just going to the pool every day.
Hell
you know what I'm saying?
Man.
All the other shit they did, they was like, all right, cool. We want to go back to the house and go swimming.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, bro. I applaud you, man. I know we have these conversations all the time where I be like, yo, I look at y'all dudes in admiration, how, you conduct yourselves in your marriage and with your families, and that shit, puts the battery in my back to step my shit up as a father and in the future as a husband. Not right now because I'm in my whole stage, but it's like, yo,
gotta let a hoe stage, man.
Hey, man, let them hoes hoe, man. Let them hoes hoe.
you gotta hey, listen. Every man in life need to go through at least one whole stage, man.
Yeah, just one.
You got to go through it, man.
This is like my third, but it is what it is.
That's gonna teach you a lot in life, man. That whole stage.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but that's what's up, man. Definitely. I remember growing up. We didn't really have access to pools like that, man. Like we had the Boys and Girls Club, maybe the YMCA, and then the beach. But you weren't about to learn how to swim in the beach because it's salt
Yeah,
water,
hell
so it's
nah.
cheating. You know,
Like,
so
and the crazy thing about it is the way I learned to swim. It's a wild story. My uncle, shout out to my uncle Kev, even though we kind of not really on the same page right now, but it is what it is. He used to take us to a lake,
Mhm.
and in the middle of the lake was a dock. It was 12 foot in the middle of the lake, and they had a dock. So me, my brother, him, his peoples, we all went out there to the lake. So I'm, at the, when you walk in, splashing and shit, think I'm doing something.
Yeah.
You're like, yo, come on now, I'm gonna bring you out there. I'm like, all right, bet. Go out there, chilling. You're like, all right, we about to leave. They all jump off the lake, off the dock, swim to the shore and get in the car. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, so he's like, nah, you better come on or we gonna leave you. Like, I knew how to swim a little bit, but I couldn't do that distance.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it. I jumped in, and in the process of me jumping in, I see him, walking back to in the water to make sure, I ain't gonna drown and shit.
Yeah.
But, I get in, I'm swimming. Then, but by the time I caught my breath, or was out of breath when I stood up, I was damn near the water was at my knees, and he's standing right in front of me. He's like, see, you can swim. And ever since then, I've been Gucci.
Yo, and you know what's crazy is that we would never teach our kids right now how to swim like that.
Hell no, not at all. And it's crazy because I talk to people like the guy at my job. Me and him talk, and it's stuff that I went through in life that my kids will never experience.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not because it was a bad experience. It's just because I'm in a better position to where they don't have to go through that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Hove did that, so hopefully you don't have to go through that, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Cause I know, I know I told the story in the pod, and I'm pretty sure I told you niggas about I learned how to swim at the boys club and just jumped in the fucking in the deep and almost drowned and shit like an idiot, so and that was like I could swim in the ocean, but it was different in salt water. You can't float as easy, you're not as buoyant, and I jumped straight in, thought I was doing something, woke up to niggas doing CPR with me and shit like that, bro. And it's like we pay for swim lessons for the kids, we get them floaties, all that kind of shit. Like, we ain't had none of that growing up, man. It was
and that's the crazy. I go to the times we did go to the pool and shit, to either the pool to a water park. You'll see the kids walking around with the little floaty things on their arms and all that shit. I'm like, nigga, how come we ain't got this shit? I can't swim either. But it was just like, fuck it. You knew your limitations, but that's how you learn.
Yeah.
And it's like my son now, he got a life vest that helps him float.
Mm-hmm.
So when he float, I'll be telling him, if you sit there and do this with your arms, that'll teach you how to swim. You'll become a lot better. So yesterday he was doing that. Then he took the vest off. And, he got a little stroke going with him. He was able to get about a good, 5-10 feet till he had to, till he got up and had to look around. But I told him, you keep practicing, you'll get a lot better. So hopefully, at least by next year, you know what I'm saying? That nigga might be the next the black Michael Phelps out this motherfucker.
Hey man, do you give him goggles?
Yeah, they got goggles, all that shit. Goggles, vest.
That's what was stopping me from being a good swimmer when I was, because my eyes are super sensitive, so I can never open them in salt water, couldn't open them in the pool. So if I couldn't see where I was going, then I would just fucking panic and shit, bro. And then once I got some little $2 goggles, man, I was good. Because in going to the Navy, everybody has to swim, and that was one of the things that I was kind of worried about. Cause I'm like, yo, I don't know if I'm able to do it. And I remember we had this fucking swim test, right? It's called the confidence test, right? And you jump, and you got to jump off a 12 foot or a 20 foot, it's a 12 foot diving board into the water, into a pool, and there's divers in there and shit. But it's a big ass line, right, of people just that are in boot camp, first, second week, and you got to do this test, swim to the end, get back, and then you pass your swimming exam, right? And then you can go do the rest of your shit. And I still had this mental block because I didn't have my fucking goggles. So I'm like, yo, fam, I ain't about to do this shit, right? So I get to the top of the fucking diving board, and it's this buff ass fucking muscle bound Navy SEAL motherfucker, and he's like, "Oh, hey, you gonna pussy out like the rest of these dudes and jump off the diving board?" Because it was mad black dudes in my division, and they was all from Jersey. And it was Newark motherfuckers, Matawan, Freehold, Lakewood. I had a whole division of cats from Jersey and shit, Jersey and New York.
Okay.
Couldn't none of the black people swim, right? And they was all
typical.
And they was all like some tough street motherfuckers. And they got to the diving board and was like breaking down, crying and shit, bro. Shaking and like having like now you look at it and you like, yo, this motherfucker had a panic attack. And back then you like, yo, this nigga's a pussy, right?
Yeah. Like, nah, you're a pussy. Yeah.
It's like, yo, this dude really traumatized, bro. And so they asked me, and I'm like, yo, it's divers in the water, bro. Like, if I die, my parents will sue you niggas, right? So yeah, I'm gonna
Pretty
jump.
much.
Yeah, and so I jump in the bottom of the pool, and I sit down there, and the divers are down there and shit. Like, go to the top, swim, and I open my eyes, and I'm sitting there just like, and they grabbed me, took me up. Drug me to the side, and they like, yo, get your bitch ass over there with the niggas that can't swim. And the nigga said nigga because it was a black diver, so he was mad as shit, right? And he was like, get over there with the niggas that can't swim. And it's like this big ass 3-foot pool with a bunch of black people that can't swim, right? And so you have to pass the swim shit, right? And so I go back for maybe like a week, and it's like me and one of my homeboys who could swim, we just didn't feel like doing it at the time, right? And we thought we G'd up, right? Because we were in a segregated division, meaning that there were no girls in our boot camp division. It's all dudes, right? So I'm like, yo, if we go to the pool, we get to see the hoes, right? And it was and they was out there, bro. They was out there, and they fresh in boot camp too, so they still looking like all right. But it's been like maybe a week or two in, right? And I want to say my second day there, bro. I'm talking to my boy, and we all lined up on the edge of this 3-foot pool, and they are literally asking people to just lay back and float, and motherfuckers can't even do that. It's like a nigga getting baptized. They just like, yo, just lay back. I'm gonna catch you, put your arms out, and just do this and just float, right? And that was the first thing they try to teach everybody. And me and my man just laughing and shit because this shit is just they just can't do it. And then something caught my eye, bro. I don't know if you ever seen like Pirates of the Caribbean. It was like somebody unleashed the Kraken, and so I tapped my boy. And I'm like, yo, I'm about to take my swim test right now. I gotta get the fuck out of here, bro. And he's like, yo, what's going on? I'm like, no, I'm like freaking out. Like, I gotta get out of here. I'm taking my test now. I'm good. Fuck it. I'm out, right? And he's like, you good? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, yo, and I call the dude. I call the swim nigga. Up. I call the swim nigga, right? And he's like, yo, fall back and do the float shit. I'm like, yo, bet, no problem. It froze up.
Motherfucker.
You good. I hear you. Your audio good. Yeah, so I tapped my boy. I'm like, yo, I gotta take this test. I gotta get out of here. I call the diver over. He's like, yo, fall back and fucking float. I fall back. I'm floating. I'm backstroking. I'm like, yo, get me out of here, right? And he's like, are you good? And I'm like, yo, I'm ready to swim right now, fam. And I tap my boy, and I tap the diver, and I'm like, that's why I gotta leave. And all the girls, right? All the girls that are fresh in boot camp, they've been there for about 2 weeks, right? And they ain't got no beauty products. They haven't had a haircut. They haven't shaved. So we all got these. So we had like these fucking shorts, and they had like one-piece bikini bottoms, right? And I was so busy looking at asses and shit. When I looked at the front, bro, like these bitches had tentacles coming out. You know what I'm saying? Imagine somebody putting a thong around your beard, my guy. So you got all this shit coming out. It was like a thong on a fucking gorilla, crazy. Bro. And in my head, bro, this is how paranoid I am. I'm like, all their pussy grease is gonna get in my mouth when I swim, bro. I'm like, bro, I swear to God, I'm like, these bitches got yeast infections. They got fucking monostat stuck up in their vagina. They got old tampons and shit. And I'm like, yo, I'm like, I gotta get out of here. This is just a nasty ass soup that I'm in right now. And then, so the dude was like, go to the diving board and then go swim. I get in the diving board, jump off. I swim 2 laps, and he's like, yo, get your black ass out of here, man.
You had to do 2 laps. You had to jump in and do 2 laps back and forth.
Yeah.
Then get out.
Yeah, I jumped off the diving board, came to the top, backstroke the first lap, and then freestyle the next lap and a half. And they was like, yo, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I can't backstroke.
Oh, it's mad easy, bro. All you got to do, man, is just like elevate your hips, get your chest up. You know what I'm saying? Make sure your ears are at the waterline. If you can do that, just like arch your back a little bit. But you just got to fill your chest up with air. That's it. And then like black people, we're less buoyant than everybody else because of muscle density, bone density, things like that. It's a scientific fact. So it takes us a little bit more work to float. Like you got to move your arms a little bit, kick your legs. But as long as you like, are shaped like this, you know what I'm saying? With like, let's say my watch is my head. As long as you shape like this with your legs drag, like your feet below the water, dragging a little bit below the water, you'll be fine, bro.
Yeah.
And after that, I was Aquaman. I'm snorkeling, going scuba and shit, all type of shit, you know, all type of water sports. No R. Kelly, but yeah, man, that was my introduction to actually being a real swimmer, was being scared by unshaved vaginas. Sorry, mom, if you're listening.
Hey.
But that was something that I couldn't do that day, man, because that shit, bro, it looked like Velcro. It was like Velcro, bro. It was like, it was like looking at Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like, just hair coming out of that fucking one piece, man.
That definitely ain't the move.
Nah, hell no, man, hell no, bro.
But swimming fun as hell though.
Oh, it is. I mean, it's good exercise, it's low impact, and it's fun, bro. Cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. Let me tell you right now, when I see motherfuckers that can't swim, I be looking down on them like, you fucking peasant, you fucking like you fucking landlubber.
That kill me. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't like people that can't swim because, like, you know, some people just like they got a fair water. But I don't understand the people that's like that get in the water every day and going cruising and shit. Like, how you not know how to swim?
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? How you do all this shit, but you don't know how to swim?
You know what's worse than that? And here's where it's going to sound like I'm bashing women, is women that go to the beach and do all that shit and they don't get in the water because of their hair.
Oh yeah, I can't stand that.
That shit is like the most.
That shit pisses me the fuck off
ever. That's why I don't like women get mad at me, because I'm like, I prefer to date a woman with natural hair, right? Because when they have a wig installed, they can't get that motherfucker wet. When they got tracks or glue or all this other weirdo shit, they can't go in salt water or a pool. Chlorine to fuck that whole shit up. Their whole wig can't come off.
It's cool if you go somewhere like if you go like a free beach, but if you pay to go to like a water park or some shit, you don't get wet. Yeah. Like, nah, I'm cursing you the fuck. I'm not about to pay for you to get in this park. You ain't getting no shit. That's not gonna happen.
And that had to happen plenty of times, man, with women that can't swim, things of that nature, man. That shit, that's actually a deal breaker for me, bro. I'm petty as fuck. Like, if you're a woman and you can't swim, I can't date you. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's the deal breaker for me when it comes to females? Females that smoke.
What, weed or cigarettes?
Cigarettes.
That's like a deal breaker for everybody, dog. Smoking is nasty.
Nah, like I don't give a fuck how bad you look. Yeah. Nothing. If you got a cigarette, to me, you ugly as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, because to me, it's like, and let me say this, right? Before I go down this road, I smoked cigarettes for like maybe a month or two. You know what I'm saying? But it was only when I was drunk, right? Because I was fucking with this chick that smoked when we would smoke to sober up, and then go, we would walk outside, get like a Camel Crush or something like that, and then go back inside. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like an everyday thing. It was like only when we went out. So it was like maybe once, twice a weekend. But afterwards, my whole throat would feel like shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, no wonder why you good at sucking dick, because the whole inside of your throat is just burnt and there's no feeling. So when she be gawking, she not feeling nothing because she done burnt the whole inside of her fucking throat. I'm like,
but it's crazy because like even like when I was younger, I used to smoke cigarettes too. Like I smoked cigarettes. Once I moved to Asbury, that's when all that shit stopped. Yeah, and it's like now I can't stand the smell of smoke.
Yeah, I know. Like, it's garbage, dog. It smells like shit.
That shit is then like the shit getting your clothes and like.
What about cigars?
I've never really talked to a chick that smokes cigars, so I can't really elaborate on that.
Man, that shit be kind of hot, bro. You got, because they don't inhale.
Some of them smell good.
They don't inhale. Yeah, like cigars smell good, and you don't inhale a cigar unless you want to kill yourself. But like a woman smoking a cigar, I like that. That shows a little class, a little sophistication. You know, I like it. What about black? What about Black and Milds?
To an extent.
Because that's
if you got them when you got the shit and you got that black lip, that black bottom lip.
Oh yeah.
Like nah,
Yeah, she got ring around the mouth.
Yeah, Nah.
Like a fucking around her mouth, like a dirty ass bathtub from smoking blacks and swishes.
Like, nah, I can't do it. So,
Yo.
like,
What about
and
hookah? What about hookah?
well, see, I've never the craziest shit. I've never, when hookah thing came into play, I was, dating my girl, or my wife at the time, or my wife now, but my girlfriend at the time, I was dating her.
Yeah.
So I ain't never have to deal with it. But I remember I was out in Philly one day with my man Talik, shout out to Talik. He knew some chick out there. We was out there partying with her, and we go to a hookah lounge.
Yeah.
Now, this is my first time ever seeing hookahs. I didn't know shit about hookah. So when the waitress lady was coming out, like, every table had their own little shit. She come out with the little tray with the bong on the tray. I'm looking like, yo, where the fuck we at? She's like, oh, I'm like, no, this ain't no fucking hookah. That's weed. Like, that's the bong right there. This nigga smoking weed in here? And she like, nah, it's hookah. They give you the little colorful shit that you put in the little thing. And so I'm amazed as fuck. I'm like, all right, I got to see how this shit play out. So we go to the bar, and it's a table like to the left of me. And then, the waitress lady, she brought the thing out, put it on the table, had like the 4 different straws, whatever they could hook up to. I'm just sitting there looking like, these niggas about to. I'm still thinking they about to smoke some weed.
Yeah, you thinking about to smoke crack in that motherfucker or something, bro?
I'm like, first of all, I don't smell weed in the building. So what kind of weed are they smoking? So I'm looking like, the lady, she opened a little shit, poured in there. They all just sit there. I'm like, y'all done made this shit legal. Like, what the fuck? Like, this shit blew my mind.
Is this legal?
I didn't know what the fuck no hookah was.
Yeah.
She was like, nah, it's a hookah lounge. This is what they do. They smoke hookah and blah blah blah. And ever since I seen that, then that's when it started becoming more popular and popular. Yeah. I'm like, okay, so she wasn't bullshit.
Yeah. Hookah is all right. Some people do mix weed with they shisha, but that's like hard as fuck. So I fuck with hookah. I used to have a hookah when I was in Hawaii, and I fuck with hookah, but every once in a while, man, like you can get like a hookah headache, and then some chicks get hookah mouth too. The same way you can get like the black and mild mouth, you can get hookah mouth. You know what I'm saying? They'll have like mad fucking wrinkles and shit, or that like the side of their mouth be dry as shit. You know what I'm saying? For no reason, looking like Famous Dex or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, they got the little white shit around their mouth. Yeah.
That's a no-go. Like, nah.
Yeah, I'm about to buy hookah shit probably tomorrow. And I'm fucking around. We got like a little spot because I can't smoke weed, right? So I'm gonna go buy hookah. I might just get a hookah and CBD, you know what I'm saying? So I can still have the healing effects of CBD. I just won't have the psychoactive effects of THC. And then I can just smoke hookah and still, chill. You know what I mean? Because that shit is cool. It's definitely a vibe, man. You got like a little shorty at the crib, you know what I mean?
And that's the thing. A lot of people that know that smoke the hookah, they do it like for the chicks. Like they do it to, they smoke, but they get the hookah little thing, and that's like an icebreaker for chicks.
Oh yeah, it's a social thing, man. It's a social thing, bro. Chicks that smoke hookah is hoes. Like, don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying that because I know from firsthand, because niggas that smoke hookah is hoes. Like, I'm just like, you got a hookah, you got a hose, you pass the hose to a bunch of hoes. Think about it, bro. You are passing around some shit to suck on to a bunch of motherfuckers with a bunch of nasty mouths, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's the same as passing the blunt, bro. And I don't be, or a joint. And I don't be sharing joints with niggas. Like when I smoke with people, I roll them their own joints. You know what I'm saying? So, but with
hey, listen, man. You got a little mouth been on.
I know her mouth been on. That's why I'm here at the hookah spot with her. You know what I'm saying? Shit. That's why we smoke hookah together, bitch. Yeah, but nah, hookah is a nice little vibe, man. Especially you got like get the lady, you get like some wine. You get some wine, or you get like a alcohol that you just sip, like some cognac or some brandy or something like that. Some scotch, some whiskey. And you sit there. You got because then you can because you normally are at like a Mediterranean or like a African restaurant with the hookah, and you got like some nice little food. If you got like a Mediterranean spot, then you got some fucking and then you got like all the pastries and shit like that. You got a little bit of wine, a little bit of hookah, nice little music. It's like a fucking Drake video, bro. You know what I'm saying? And confessions. That's who got me to fucking really embrace the shit, bro, was this light-skinned motherfucker Aubrey. Because it was the starter from the bottom video. The starter from the bottom video at the end when the nigga had like a Soul Train line and they was smoking hookah. And I was like, why are me and my friends not doing that? And then after that, when I was in San Diego, me and my boys would always like pregame at the fucking hookah lounges, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that was the shit.
And that's like a good spot to do something like that.
Yeah, or when we were in San Diego, the hookah lounges were the after hour spot too, because you could go there and like everybody that worked in the club would go to the hookah lounges afterwards because they could still serve alcohol like later than the clubs did, and they would have these secret back rooms that if you were an industry person, like you worked in the service industry, you could go back into, right? So you go back there and it's like all the badass waitresses and bottle bitches and shit like that. I don't want to say bottle bitches, all the badass, fine, beautiful women that work in the service industry, they're back there with you. And they're like, they're not, and they're just on some regular shit, bro. That was the first place that I listened to the Drake and Future album, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was me and my man. I wanted my man Devin Parker, bro. And I want to say you went to, I'm sure it was him. You went back behind, it was either him or my man Justin Williams, bro. And we fucking went to this some shit called Area 51 in San Diego after hours and shit like that. And a chick literally took my phone to stream the Drake album. Cause you could like plug your phone in this little back room, and it's like me and 4 dudes and 10 bitches. I bought alcohol and then got it sent up because they couldn't serve you alcohol in like the bottles, so they put it in water bottles and then bring it back to you. And so they bring you like a bucket with mad water bottles filled with vodka and shit like that. So it's Ciroc and Evian plastic bottles because it's still cops coming in to check, you know. But they see drinking water. So we back and spoke hookah shit like that. Bitch took my phone, threw on What a Time to Be Alive, and then did a line of coke off my phone, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I was like, yo, I'm never getting remarried. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yo, why would I give this up, bro? Like, why would I ever give this up?
But you know, it's crazy because like when I was in high school, my first actual girlfriend, you know, everybody that know me knows Marlena.
You don't gotta fucking say names on this motherfucker, bro.
Oh, it don't matter. Everybody, like I said, everybody who know me knows that's who it was. Mm-hmm. So like when we broke up, I was like, you know what, fuck that. I'm straight whole phase. And I never seen myself. Yeah, don't. Yeah. but like I never seen myself married or with 2 kids.
Yeah,
I never thought in a million years I'll be in the situation I'm in now.
And that's crazy because I was like the first one to jump out the window and get married and shit like that. And now y'all came later and y'all did it the right way and stayed married and shit. But what about your current wife, who was your girlfriend? What about her made you realize that she was worth committing to?
Well, I would say that what gave her the upper hand was we didn't live in the same area. I lived in Asbury. She lived in Camden. So
yo, you was going to Camden, bro?
Yeah, nigga, I was going there every weekend, bro.
Yo, you a brave motherfucker, yo.
I'll wake up at like 6 something in the morning, catch the train from Asbury to Rahway, switch trains from Rahway to Trenton, and catch the train. It was called the River Line train from Trenton to Camden, and go to her crib. But when I first met her, shout out to my man Talik again. I met her through him. Mm-hmm. He had a picture of her. Because he went to the college he went to. He went there as like a little college tour.
Yeah.
And her friend was like the tours, like that was showing him around. So, you know, he was really into taking pictures of shit back then. So he had took a picture with him, and I seen the picture. She had a fat ass. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to fuck. So, I'm like, he was feeling her friend. So I'm like, you know, regular situation. I got a friend, bring your friend type deal.
And we could be friends.
You know what I mean? Exactly. So, you know, I got a number, and like I said, what helped her out was I got to know her first before anything physical.
Yeah, that's the key, bro. That's the key.
Like I look at a lot of females that I messed with before her. Once I hit, I'm losing. I don't care no more.
Thank you,
I don't care,
bro.
I don't care about what you got going on. I don't care about you. Now on, okay, look, because I don't go on any first date with the intent to smash. That's how you always take the L. Exactly. So my thing was I'm taking you out to get to know you, but I'm going to be me. I'm gonna act a fool. I'm gonna crack jokes. You know what I'm saying? I might talk shit about you, like, but it's part of the shit. So when I met her, our relationship started through over the phone. Like literally, I would call her every night, talk to her during the day, and like I got to know her.
Mhm.
So then by the time it became physical, I wasn't worried about that because I knew how she was already. I
Yeah,
knew her.
exactly. 'Cause
And
she had more to offer than just her body, bro.
yeah, so then excuse me, then from there it just grew. Like I said, I was going to Canada damn near every other weekend or every weekend. I went to a school like a couple times to visit her.
Hmm.
Um, then I ended up moving to Philly. That didn't work out. Then I moved in with her, and mom passed away. Had to take care of the house. Then we had the baby, and you know, shit got rough. Moved to Georgia. Well, I had my daughter, then moved to Georgia. Now, we
So
here. It's
so
like,
so so what was what was the inspiration behind leaving Jersey, leaving the homies, leaving the fellas, and moving to Georgia?
well, well,
Cause we was mad, nigga.
yeah, I know, but I've come to as I'm getting old, I come to realize you can't please everybody. What I'm saying? I
Oh.
got to do what's best for me and my family.
Exactly.
So we was in a situation to where like like she had a good job, I had a good job. I was working at an oil refinery in Philly. She was working at a school for mentally challenged kids. Like she was like the manager and all that shit. Like so she was like we was getting bread,
Yeah.
but to get what we wanted, it cost too much.
Mm-hmm.
So when my brother moved down here, I came down here to visit him. First by myself, just some chill shit. And then when I came back, she was like, she wanted to change the scenery because she was getting tired of Jersey. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
well, if we move, we should go down south because shit cheaper down there.
Oh yeah, cost
I'm
of
saying,
living.
God forbid if something do go wrong, my brother down here, he'll help me out till I get back on my feet, and we'll strive. But I'm like, I wasn't trying to move somewhere to where if it didn't work, we can go back to Jersey real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was on if we move somewhere, we gonna make this shit work.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
we gonna go through some shit, but we gotta make it work. So
Yeah. You
she
had to
was
leave
like,
your
all
comfort
right,
zone, man. You had to leave your comfort zone.
yeah, and that was the whole thing. So we took a vacation, came out here to visit my brother, was looking at apartments and all that shit.
Yeah.
Found one, but the job I had wasn't really paying shit, so couldn't really afford the apartment. Ended up getting evicted, got 2 cars repoed. Then stayed with my brother for a couple months, whatever. That was really kind of wearing itself out. So when I got the job I got now,
Yeah.
I was just grinding, working, and every day I had off, me and my wife was going out looking for apartments, looking for houses. Found the one we got now, and it's been a blessing ever since.
And that's something to keep that's something people gotta like hear, they gotta understand, is that when you move down there, everything wasn't sweet, niggas struggled, you had to rely on family, and then you kept grinding. And to see where you're at now, a month away from buying a fucking house,
Yeah,
business owner.
like
So where you guys were, like everything wasn't about instant gratification. It
nah,
was about, hey, I'm committed to you. I'm committed to building something with you. And we're going to fucking just take this goddamn chance on each other, leave our families in Jersey so we don't have that instant fucking, I can go back to mom or dad or that comfort, and just start something fresh, start something new together. And a lot of times that's all a couple needs, is to get the fuck away from people and be able to
yeah,
focus on
and
themselves.
I think that's what helped us become more of a bond, because when we was in Jersey, I was still doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
So leaving all that and coming down here, like I had to focus on my family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it got to a point where shit got real. Nah, something got to give. I can't live like this no more.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Even like when we first moved here, it was a little bit rough because we only had 1 car. You know what I'm saying? So she worked at night, I worked in the daytime. So you know, good thing the kids wasn't really in school then, because they was, you know, they was in preschool, like daycare, and they was at the daycare she worked at. But you know, as time went on, you know, we figured this shit out. Like I said, through the grace of God, I was able to. Was it last year? I bought her a 2020 Buick, you know, for her and the kids and shit. And like I said, it's like I really can't complain about shit right now. Like
Yeah, man.
everything is going better than I ever thought it would be.
That's fucking beautiful, bro. Because it's like one of the things we always talk about is how we measure success, right? And that's like always a fucking topic in our. When we're playing Xbox and we're trying to fucking win on Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Instead of focusing on the game, we start having these deep ass conversations, and then Gordon gets all fucking mad and mutes himself because he's fucking mad. And then we're having these deep conversations.
Like losing this shit.
Yeah, nah. And then we start talking about goofy shit like, what is success? You know, so to you, when did you realize that you were a successful man? And when did you realize that you were a good husband and a good father?
The successful part, I'm not successful to where I want to be yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm still working on that, but I've noticed I'm getting better with it, because having money makes you financially free.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, me and my wife are getting to a point now to where we're managing our money a lot better. Like I said, we're buying a house next month, and I was talking to the lady that helps with the loan for the mortgage or whatever. I was talking to her last week, and there's only 3 things on my credit now: my car, her car, my credit card. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, from having all the other shit that I had on my credit now being all gone.
Yeah.
To where, like, even my wife, like she has nothing on her credit no more. Like, so we're getting to a point where pretty soon, like, with my credit, I can get anything I fucking want.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly.
So then, like, now, like I'm saying, like, now when I move and start getting stuff for my business to actually be able to go at it the way I want to, it's a wrap. Like my whole thing with my job is cool, but at the end of the day, they're only going to pay me enough to keep me coming back.
Exactly.
That's it. I will never make enough to be my boss's neighbor.
Yeah.
Never. If I die right now, I can't leave my kids my job. Nah, I'm not going with that no more. So I'm trying to build some shit so where when they get, you know, 15, 16, they work if they want to. They don't have to. They work because they want to.
Yeah. Or they can work for you.
Yeah. Or the thing is, not work for me, but take over the shit so I can chill.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like same thing with my wife. Like, well, I'm hoping, you know, to get to a point to where she ain't got to work no more. She can just sit at home and just chill.
Yeah. Because that's the goal, man. That's the goal, bro.
And it's like, you know, as you get older, you know, people always say, oh, well, you can't do this, you can't do. The shit is easy if you just put time into it. Like it's been plenty of times where I've called you, hey, Meech, how'd you do this? Or how do I go about doing this? To find out how to do the shit.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think a lot of times when people gain a little bit of success or they do a little something, they don't want to share the sauce with niggas, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They don't want to share the sauce with niggas.
Up because that is so true, but it's like I think people do it because God forbid you outshine them.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, but my thing is like with your podcast, your merchandise, your albums, whatever. Niggas shine, nigga, because that can put me on this platform to help me get some shine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. Like if when my barbecue shit take off, hey, Meech, I'm about to do a show. I need you to come out here, you know, host your podcast or do a couple songs off your album while, you know, sell these plates, whatever. Like you can always find a way to put this shit together where everybody can make money. It's enough money out here for everybody. Exactly.
You know, and I think that's one of the things that, you know, differentiate us from a lot of the other minority groups that find success in here, you know, through financial freedom and independence and entrepreneurship, right? If you look at, you know, like when the Middle Eastern people come over here, or the Indians, when they come over here, they all live together. They all pool their resources together. They take out a business loan together. They transfer the ownership of whatever business it is, like every few years to avoid the taxes, things like that. And we'll sit here and complain about the shit. Be like, oh, that's cheating. That's cheating. No, nigga, that's the fucking game. Play the fucking game.
They found a loophole in the system. I always say I can't get mad at somebody for finding a loophole in the system.
Yeah, because it's the same shit that everybody else does.
We can do the same shit, but we too busy trying to stab each other in the back.
Yeah, and another thing is with ego. Like somebody always want to be the man. They always got to be that one top dog. They got to be the one. And it's like, yo, nobody has to be the man. Like we can all like a rising tide lifts all boats. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the shit that I've been able to accomplish on my own with music, it wasn't because of me. It's because of other fucking people telling me and teaching me shit. And then anytime anybody asks me for anything, I give them all the sauce, all the ingredients. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I do. Anytime somebody asks me about something, hey, I this is what I did. If this can help you out, go ahead and try it. If not, I can find something else for you.
Yeah.
But like I'm not sitting there, oh nah, I'm gonna just do this myself. You know, nah, fuck you. I ain't gonna tell you. Nah, because at the end of the day, it's enough bread out here for everybody to get some.
Yeah, man. And then the other thing, just like Jay-Z said, man, everyone could be each other crutches, bro. You know what I'm saying? So if a like when you had to rely on your brother, he was there for you. Like Gordon said in the last podcast, like he had to call me up one time for something. I had to do the same thing for this nigga like this year, bro, after retiring. You know, because I had a whole situation, my whole bank account wiped.
Yeah, I heard about that with the car you sold or something like that.
Yeah, and I had to call Gordon up and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, like if we already hadn't had that relationship where niggas is always uplifting and supporting each other and like being niggas fans and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you can't do that because first off, you're gonna be ashamed to ask for help because you're trying to portray an image that ain't even you. You know what I'm saying? It's like
pretty much.
I mean, like me personally, I've failed and fucked up that shit a billion times, but I like to be public with my failures so niggas know not to make the same mistakes that I did. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but see, I don't consider them failures if you learn something from it.
Yeah, so it's lessons. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing but a lesson. You just know how to do it better the next time.
Exactly. You know, because success can be a fluke sometime, you know, but if you don't succeed at something and you actually put all your effort into it, you'll know why it didn't work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you'll know exactly what you can do next time, you know, to change it. Or when you go into that next endeavor, you'll know what to look out for next time.
And that's the thing. Like I think a lot of people they have a fear of success. It's like you can try something, and as long as you keep failing, that can be your excuse. Yeah. But what's your excuse when the shit works? Now it's like,
now you got to keep doing it.
Now you got to keep doing it. So you got no excuse now. When this shit start working, you have no excuse no more.
Yeah.
So like, you know, with my barbecue shit, the guy was at my job was like, so what if, you know, if somebody call you and say they need 500 plates tomorrow, you got to work. Nigga, I'm calling out, nigga. Fuck that job. Nah, nigga, nah, I'm about to go take care of this over here. Fuck that job.
Because that's all profit, at the end of the
day, this I use my job to fund what I want to do.
Exactly.
When it gets to the point where I don't need my job no more, I'm out.
Yeah. And that's what because like you always hear, and that's why like all these fucking entrepreneurs, self-help motherfuckers on like the internet, they're all full of shit. Like people saying quit your job and follow your passion. Who the fuck is going to pay your bills? You know what I'm saying? Like you better figure out how to do both. Yeah, you better figure out how to do both. You know what I'm saying? And get really good at the other one, at your passion, so you don't got to do both. You know, because they were like, oh, you know, you could quit your job and then just go head first. Okay, well, everything don't make money off rip. You know what I'm saying? And some shit isn't designed to get you rich. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be comfortable and you can be happy, but you still may need another source of income or something like that, man. And it's like, you know, like you see people like motherfuckers like Gary V and all these other fucking people that's like, oh yeah, just do this, do that, do that. Like, bro, it ain't that easy. Like it's not hard, but it's not that easy. And y'all leaving out a whole bunch of fucking factors in it. You know what I'm saying? Like
pretty much. Cause like what's killing me now with this whole, you know, everybody all of a sudden now they stock market geniuses or whatever. They're like, oh yeah, take this and do this. Like, yeah, like that's all well and good. But if I take this money and put it here and the shit don't work, I still got rent and shit to pay the fuck I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And got kids and a wife, you know what I'm saying? And it's like you got mouths to feed, bro. And you know, people say, and I see this all the time, man. It's like I think I maybe know about 4 or 5 people that found success with this new wave of investing, and everybody else is just fucking floundering. They haven't made the money. They haven't made money. Period. They've lost more
yeah,
than they've made because they didn't go in at the right time. They didn't pull out at the right time. You know, just basic shit. And it's like this shit is. You got to do a lot of research. You got to do a lot of science behind it. You have to learn about how this shit works. You can't just jump in this shit half-ass like a nigga taking a swim test. You know what I'm saying? You got to know
pretty
what the
much.
fuck you're doing. You got to know what the hell you're doing. You know, so you know, and that's why like when one of the main reasons I started this shit was because of that. Everybody trying to tell niggas what to do with their fucking money and how to invest. And it's like, yo, fam, you don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, you know, and then it just blossomed into, you know, what we're doing now. But yeah, man, like I always encourage people, like, if there's something that you want to do or you're passionate about, you'll always be happy pursuing that. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes, especially if you're doing it the right way.
yeah, and you don't have to be rich. It just has to be meaningful. You know, like you have to
And
care
that's the
about
whole
it.
thing. I remember one of my customers, he's also my mechanic. He had called me up one day and was like, yo, you ain't got your own restaurant yet? I'm like, nah, I don't want a restaurant, because doing that's too much now, like work.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I got to get up, go to I have to go every day to do this. Right now, I'm to the point where, look, I do it on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? If you want something, hit me up, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I have a choice on how much I can do and how much I don't want to do.
Yeah.
Like somebody could say, hey, I'm not doing it this weekend, I'm going out of town. But if I get my own restaurant, a lot more comes into that, and that's when it's not fun no more. It's work.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get it to that point where it's like work, because then I'm not going to do it no more.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Because I know a lot of people that that had restaurants, and when this whole shit went down, and they lost them, they went to doing the same thing that you were doing, or cooking out of their house, you know, doing like a plate delivery service, and then a lot of them switched over to just catering services and food trucks now, you know. And so all they did was just put like an industrial oven in their house and shit like that, and they do everything out the kitchen, you know, or they get a food truck and they just deliver the shit, or they get like a little fucking Sprinter and they got everything in there and bring the sternos, things like that, heat it up, and just do catering. Because I'm looking into a food truck right now. I'm like, you know, I can, like, once my daughter is school age, I got nothing but time on my hands because I'm in college, right? So it's like I got nothing but time on my hands and money coming in and not a lot of bills because I don't do shit anymore. You know, and I'm like, well, I can just invest that in a food truck and just look at where I'm located now. They don't have any here. They don't have any food trucks around. They have like 2, like a burrito truck and a taco truck. That's it. So I'm like, yo, I could do like healthy, you know, soup, sandwiches, and shakes. So the shit that's real easy ingredients, everything fresh. You know what I'm saying? You can make it in 5-10 minutes. Bam, make a killing. You know, spend like 15 grand on the truck. Make that back relatively quick as long as you invest the time in it. And then I don't got to worry about paying employees. I ain't got to worry about having a fucking building, paying a lease, all this other bullshit, bro. And then like if my one area ain't popping, I can just drive my motherfucking ass right down to DC. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the whole thing. I was explaining to my wife, when I move, I want to get a pickup truck and one of the trailer hit smokers.
Yeah.
Now where we're moving to, it's a small little town. From what I've seen, ain't no barbecue spots out there. So I'll be the only motherfucker out there doing shit.
Yep.
So when I first moved out there, nigga, I'm putting out flyers. I'm setting up right in front of my house, nigga. You drop my thing is, you ask anybody with barbecue, if you smell good barbecue, you want to know where it's coming from. And you gonna stop by to see what the nigga got. And my prices ain't that bad, excuse me, and I give out good portions, you gonna fuck with me.
Yeah. So I got a question. I got a question for you, man. What style of barbecue is better, Kansas City or Missouri, or Kansas City or Texas barbecue?
It all depends. To me, it's the same. It's just different season.
Because one is like a wet rub, I think, and one is a dry rub or some shit. Is it? I don't know shit about barbecue.
I don't know the exact, like, which one is exact, but like they say it started out in Memphis. They say the barbecue shit started out in Memphis. Memphis is known for barbecue, but it's just, you know, other states just put their own twist on it. Yeah. But if it's all on how you like it. Like some people like they need cooked slow at a slow and longer. Some like it cooked fast. Some like it off the bone. Some don't. As long as you find what I found what I'm good at.
Yeah.
Like I challenge anybody listening to the podcast. If y'all want to battle on some ribs.
Yo, if you want to have a fucking versus on the grill, holla at my boy. We'll set it up.
You want to have a rib off on the grill?
You want to have a rib off?
I'm taking all challenges. I'm taking them all.
Yo, you hear that, Mike B? You hear that, Mike B? Talking to you, motherfucker.
I get Mike B, Gator, J Hood, Rel. Listen, any nigga that get busy on the grill, you want to fuck with me? Holla at me.
You not that guy. You not that guy.
Whatever y'all want to do, I got you. I guarantee you, when you taste my shit, you're gonna want some more.
Pause.
Major pause. But it's all on finding some like a friend of mine's when I was in Jersey. His name was Jose. He went to school to be a chef. Shout out to Jose. Yeah. He's the one that helped me learn on how to cook shit.
Yeah.
Like I already knew how to do it, but he helped me like, nah, you got to put it at this time, at this temperature, or you got to, add this to it, or, cook it this way and all that other shit. And I just took that and put it to grilling.
Yeah.
And then when I moved down here, I bought the smoker and took that same stuff from the kitchen to the grill to the smoker.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Because niggas like me, I'm trash on the grill, bro. I'll be the first to say it.
When I first bought my grill, I was horrible. I swear to God, when I first got my grill, it was my son's first birthday. He turned 1 year old. My wife, girlfriend at the time, we had something in the backyard. Went out and bought a grill from Home Depot, the little barrel joint. I came home, put the motherfucker together the day before.
Yeah.
It was on the grill, and her aunt came through. I want to say it was her aunt. When she came by, she was like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, I don't know. I'm just trying to. I had the heat too high, the flames.
Yeah, they're freestyling, dog.
She's like, "Nah, get out the way. Let me take care of this shit." So she had like the real shit. The first time I tried to flip a burger, I dropped that motherfucker on the ground. she was like, "Nah." She was like, "Nah, get out of here. Nah, you're not about to fuck this up." Yeah. So I was like, "All right, let her take over." But as time went on, I kept buying shit and just teaching myself till eventually I got better. But yeah, when I first started grill, I was horrible.
Yeah, because I know, like, I used to barbecue all the time, and I would have like Mike come cook. So I'm like, yo, I can make everything. I just can't cook chicken, bro. Like, it would always just be, it just wouldn't be cooked all the way on the inside with something. Anything else I could do, I just couldn't do fucking chicken right. You know what I'm saying? I would have
chicken was a hard one for me to learn at first. When I learned that shit, my chicken wings A1, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, now I'm like, I'm good in the kitchen. I'm good with baking. I'm good with broiling. Anything inside the kitchen, I'm nice with. I took some cooking classes as well and shit. I even thought about going to culinary school after my daughter is school age. Cause I'm like, I'm gonna switch all my classes to daytime once she's school age and shit. And I'll just go to like a trade school and be like a pastry chef, bro. And just, cause I'm like,
they get bread though.
Yeah, cause my thing is like, I enjoy cooking. I enjoy communicating with people. I enjoy making people laugh and smile. I like working with kids, all this shit, right? I can't clock into a traditional job, bro. Like I was looking at my resume last week and I'm looking at all this shit and I'm like, I sent it out cause I like to do that just to make sure I'm still hot. Just because it's like when you for real, bro. It's like when you got a girlfriend or when you're a shit bag and you got a girlfriend, you kind of want to see if you still got it. So you might get a nice little haircut, get an edge up, put some clothes on, you go out and you watch and you want to make sure you're still attractive. So it's like every couple months, I send my resume out, make sure people still bite on it. And I'm looking at all these jobs and I'm like, yo, the money is good, bro, but I can't be sitting behind a desk. I can't have a computer in my face like that. I can't be around a bunch of goofy ass coworkers. Like I got to be able to just get the fuck out and just go do something. I got to be doing something exciting where I can see like for the shit that I do for my next career, I have to have job satisfaction and it has to be immediate. You know what I'm saying? So if you're working with kids, it's immediate, right? They're laughing, they're smiling, right? It's like, okay, so an elementary school teacher, I know they don't make shit. That's cool. I'm paid for life. I don't need to make $100,000. I just need $35,000. We just had this conversation the other day.
Yeah,
Like, what was the least amount? Like, what's the least amount of money you work for? And I'm like, yo, I will do anything that I'm happy with for 35 grand. That's it. A
yeah,
teacher, you get summers off. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll chill, bro. But it's like, because I'm in that phase now where it's like, I got to find something else that I'm gonna be happy doing. Because I did a job that I didn't like for 20 years, and it provided me a great lifestyle, and I had a bunch of money, and I did a bunch of wild shit. But personally, because I wasn't happy, like every relationship suffered. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't happy going in and work every day. Like I would sit in the car for like an hour before I went into work because I just hated going to a submarine. You know what I'm saying? So,
but
it's
that's
like,
they always say when you got a job and it's when you're doing something you love, it's not work.
yeah, and that's the thing now. And it's like you have that now where it's like you have the blueprint, you have the foundation for your business, and now it's just about the next step, buying the house, and then you can make all the moves you got to make to get this done. Because you like right on the edge of
Yeah,
blowing, because you down in Atlanta, and then like where you guys are, down like in Loganville, Connersville area, they're building that shit up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
They're building that shit up. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, it's not just going to be Grayson that looks like Grayson. It's going to be
Yeah,
everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Looking
and
like that.
it's crazy because even like where we between my house and to where we're moving at, going to move at, they're building like so many warehouses.
Yeah.
So even if let's say that my area, gets they get tired of my shit. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go to this warehouse and just sit up in the parking lot.
Yep.
When them motherfuckers go on break, they gonna want something to eat.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna go sit at this construction site real quick because when they get done doing what they doing, they gonna want something to eat.
Yep. And niggas will eat barbecue every fucking day.
Every fucking day. And the one thing about barbecue is if to have the right barbecue, it takes time. Everybody likes to barbecue, but they don't have the time to do it. That's where I come into play.
You know what? Yo, good barbecue is like good dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Good barbecue, because you'll be loyal. You'll be loyal to your weed, man. Or good barbecue is like good pussy, bro. Because you'll be loyal. Because you'll be loyal to a chick, yo, who got some good box and good barbecue. Like, because I don't eat barbecue like that. But when I do, I go to the same fucking place. When I was in Hawaii, I only went to one place, a spot called Hughley's, and there was a guy who was a cook in the Navy who got a food truck, and he would just post up in the parking lot of like the department store that was on base. And that's all people would do is just go there every fucking day and get the same shit every day. I would get the same shit every day. And it was good every fucking time. And it was like, yo, I can't cheat on you, bro. I'm not eating anywhere else. It's going to
the whole thing.
Piss me off. And I'm good with you, bro. I'm loyal to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing with barbecue,
I done
bro.
had about 6 or 7 people that have had my ribs say they went somewhere else to get ribs and they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Either they were too tough, they weren't cooked right, they weren't seasoned enough.
Shit be dry as fuck, bro.
I'm telling you. And the crazy part about it is when I get my trailer hit smoke, I'm gonna be able to cook so much more than I'm able to cook now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a problem, bro.
Yeah, man, you about to, about to come down there like fucking Marlo, bro. Like, these my corners, nigga.
Word up. Like, yeah, the price of the ribs that went up too.
Yeah, like the price on the ribs went up, nigga. Fucking co-op, nigga.
Yeah, fuck that, nah, nigga.
Yo, but that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Cause I know, just like you all asked me questions about like the marketing, and because I know we talked about doing like a little cooking pod or like a cooking show. I'm gonna be coming to you when if I go into the culinary route, I'm gonna have to come to you because you got a whole area of expertise that I can cook for 5 people. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not used to cooking in bulk. You know what I'm saying? Or having like a consistent product in a large amount. It's easy to cook in small amounts. So for me, it's difficult to make a consistent product in a large amount because I just get lazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I find myself sometimes where like somebody will call me, like, either because I tell people, if you want to order, let me know throughout the week, let me know what day, Saturday or Sunday you want it dropped off. So I have one lady that used to always order. She'll call me up like Thursday and Friday, like, oh, you cooking this weekend? Like, oh, if you want something, yeah. She'll order mad shit. God damn. But I'd be like, fuck it. Like, I got to do it like this. That's what I want to do. So, you know, I get off work Friday and go get everything she wanted. You know, season the shit up. I wake up early Saturday morning, like 5 o'clock in the morning, turn the grill on, start doing this shit. So by like 12, 1 o'clock, everything done. Dropping the shit to her house. You know what I'm saying? She loved the food every time. So
yeah, and then she's sucking that meat off the bone. That's got to be some shit, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now. If my wife was calling you, I have to fight you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? I come home, bro. I come home and she fucking licking the ribs like, and I'm looking at another nigga meat in my girl mouth. We gotta fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to come see you.
I haven't experienced so far. All the ladies that I've sold to are single moms.
Yeah. So,
you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you lucky.
You know, they don't want to cook. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. So I haven't dealt with a female that has a husband or whatever.
Yo, I'm about to come down there for a month and just deliver for you, bro. I'm gonna be your Uber Meats, dog. I'm gonna drop the shit off for you.
Hey, fuck it. That's cool with me.
I'm gonna just come down there delivering meat in a fucking trench coat. It's like, yo, Uber Meats, what's up?
Just make sure you say the whatever happens after you get the food is not New Jersey barbecue responsibility.
That's like some porno shit, bro. You be like, yo, like I heard you like white sauce with your barbecue. Because that's a real thing. That's a real thing. Yeah. That's that Tennessee shit. They like the white sauce.
Yeah, you gonna be the nigga. You gonna be the nigga that's gonna open the tray. You gonna have your dick in the tray.
Yo. She would be like, I didn't know the kielbasa. I'd be like, bitch, this Vienna sausage. Don't insult me, ho.
Yeah. I ain't fucking with you.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
That'd be some shit.
Yo, I got a question, man. Because we talked about the scumbag days, and we all were raised on a farm of fuckboys, and we went to the school of scumbags, but we matured into men. Now, I have a question for you. Back when you were in your days of being a little shitbag, have you ever been catfished?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Yeah, what happened?
Yes, I have. You know what's great? This is why, you know how they say
this is barbecue talk, bitch.
Jumping in the DMs and all that shit. That shit was old. We was doing that back then on MySpace, nigga. So I, hit a chick up or whatever, because from all her pictures, it was nothing but ass shots.
Yeah. So
I'm like, yeah, she got fat ass, whatever. So I, sent a little message. She replied back, got a number, was talking, whatever. I'm like, yo, you should come through, whatever. She was like, all right. Came through. She got out the cab. I paid for the cab. This why I was mad, because I paid for the cab. She got out the cab. She was shorter than my brother, and he is short.
That's like 5 foot, 4'11" maybe.
She was short as shit and looked like fucking Kirby. I'm like,
for those of you who don't know who Kirby is, we're talking about Kirby from Super Nintendo, from Super Smash Brothers.
Yet,
all that nigga do is just inhale mad food.
Imagine the Kool-Aid man just like small.
That's
like,
wild.
So I'm like, damn. So I'm like, now, the cab done pulled off. So I'm like, damn, I gotta do something now. So I'm like, all right, fuck. She came up, came in the crib. I had the TV stand with all the DVDs and shit in it. She wanted to watch Paid in Full. I done seen it 4 million times. I'm like, fuck it. Go ahead, put it in. So just so happens at that time, my brother come home. So I feel like I gotta go to the bathroom. I go in his room. I'm like, yo, I gotta get her out of here, bro. Come in the room or knock on the door saying something wrong with Nuffy, in trouble or whatever. We gotta go help him out.
Yeah. I'm
like, give me like 10, 15 minutes. Just come knocking on the door like, yo, Nuffy need our help. We gotta go get him. I'm like, he was like, all right, bet. So I go back in the room, sitting there watching the movie and shit. Movie goes off. She start getting, trying to get all close. Like, nah, bitch. Like, little you about to leave in a couple minutes or whatever. My brother come in, knock on the door, like, yo, Slox, we gotta go. On the door, like, yo, what's up? He's like, nah, nothing. I'm like, yo, like, you mind dropping her off real quick then? He like, all right, true. So hop in the car, Drop her off. I'm like, whoo, thank God.
Did that shit
Went
turn
home.
did the car turn into a lowrider?
Nah, it wasn't that bad. Dropped her off, went home and instantly went on my page, deleted all her shit, deleted her number. Like, you going fuck out of here.
Oh man.
and then from there I'm like, you know what? I ain't doing this shit no more. Like, nah.
Yeah, that's crazy because we get caught up in the booty, man. We look at the ass and
that's
shit.
And that's what it was.
Because they'll take all the pictures like this with the phone up here, and you can't see none of this.
She had them all when she was doing this or was squatting down, and then like on the phone, you know, she had a nice little voice on the phone and shit.
Yo, fat girls be sounding sexy as hell, dog. Yo, I was like, y'all fucked up.
Like, yeah, can't do this shit no more.
Hell yeah.
Sometimes you live and you learn.
I just close my eyes when I'm with a big girl. I just close my eyes.
Nah, cause I got to the point where I'm like, look, when I got I need a recent picture. Like, don't send me some old shit. Send me a recent picture.
Yeah.
So that right there cut out a lot more of that catfish and shit.
Yeah. So let me tell you, I got catfish, bro, back and I don't know if I told you guys that or if I told them the pop. I got catfish. I probably told them the pop. Who fucking cares? Right. So I got catfish when I was in Connecticut. And I was in submarine school. I might have been like 19. I was like 19 years old. This is back when like the AOL chat rooms was popping. And we had all just got computers, bro. I remember taking out a $500 loan to buy a compact Presario computer, right? This is how old I am. Yeah, I'm like niggas getting gateways and compacts. I got a compact, right?
Yeah.
Got the compact computer, and everybody, like one of the cats that we knew met a chick on the internet, bro. That was like this is like year 2001, nigga. This is like space age shit right now, right? And so I'm like, oh shit, there's bitches out there. So we go to the computer, and we will all be in the chat rooms, like all the like, so it'll be like 4 niggas around a computer, like all talking to a bitch, you know what I'm saying? Or telling like, you got some friends, like niggas is mad thirsty, bro. And so I'm talking to this one chick, and I missed so many red flags. She said her name was Jennifer, was like Jenny, and she was Hispanic, and her name was spelled Lopes. And at no point in my head was I'm like, Jennifer Lopez. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Wow.
And I'm just thought her name was Jenny Lopes, right? Because that's how she said it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what's up, right? And her voice, bro, was mad sexy and shit, bro. And she used one of her friends' pictures. You know what I'm saying? She used one of her friends'
that's
pictures.
scumbag shit right there.
Yeah. And I remember and she was in Cherry Hill. And I'm in Connecticut at the time. And this is like when I was coming back to see y'all niggas with my Navy homeboys and shit like that. So one of the dudes I came back with was my homeboy, Danny Adams, right? And so we took a bus, bro. Took a bus down to my house. And then we took a bus to Cherry Hill Mall, right? And the whole time, I'm telling my man about this chick because I'm going off of the pictures that she showed me, whatever like that. And dudes had talked to chicks online before. And so, you some people have success. I knew one cat that got burnt by a bitch online, but I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna be that nigga, right? So we go to Cherry Hill Mall and we texting and shit like that. I had like a little OmniPoint prepaid phone or some shit like that. And we get to the mall and we like setting up where we're gonna meet at. And it was supposed to be at like Foot Locker or some shit. And I'm walking past the food court with my homeboy and I felt somebody grab me, bro. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Because we walking fast. You know how you walk through the mall and niggas trying to sell you shit, and then like somebody grabbed me like in the food court. I'm like, the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of look back, but I ain't see anybody that looked like anybody I knew, right? And so I'm like, yeah, it was. And I'm just thinking this is in my mind, I'm like, there's no way that's who the fuck I'm here to see, right?
Yeah.
So then she ended up like calling me. She's like, yo, meet me by Lids, and I'll come see you and shit. And I'm like, all right, bet. And then when she came out of Lids, I saw the friend who pictures she sent. You know what I'm saying? I saw the friends who pictures she sent, and that bitch was bad. And then I saw her come out, and she looked like Danny DeVito. You know what I'm saying? That's what she was shaped like the old Danny DeVito, nigga from like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You know, like this bitch looked like Nacho Libre, bro. Like she was big. You know what I'm saying? And that was my first experience like a girl that size. And so I'm young. I know how to handle it. So I was like, all right, bet. I couldn't just. I'm still a nice guy. I couldn't just shit on her, right? So I go down with my boy Danny, and he is losing his fucking mind because the other chicks are attractive, and he gets to go to the movies with the attractive ones. and I gotta go to the movies with this big girl, right? So we go to the movies, and I remember we went to go see I think it was like that the movie with The Rock, where he's like a tooth fairy or some shit, or Triple H. It was one of them niggas. There was a tooth fairy.
It was Rock.
Yeah, he's like a tooth fairy or some shit,
hockey,
bro.
and they turned to a tooth fairy.
And we go to the movies, we sit down, get the popcorn, shit like that. I tap my man Danny. I'm like, yo, we gotta go to the bathroom, get some Jolly Ranchers or some shit like that. We get up. I'm like, yo, I'm out, nigga. And then we dipped the fuck off. And we left them bitches in the movie at Cherry Hill Mall, took a cab to Philly or the train to Philly, and we went and chilled out. You know what I'm saying? And I paid this nigga. I think I paid him either like 30 or 100. I think I paid him like $100 to not say shit to the niggas when we got back. Because there was no way I was trying to take that L, bro. I could not have people know about this shit. This motherfucker lasted like 5 minutes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he lasted like 5 fucking minutes. Like, he came back because we in a barracks, and it's like being in a fucking dorm. And so it's like all the homeboys just hanging out in everybody's room. And we came back, and everybody's like, what happened? And this nigga is smiling. And you know how a nigga, when they smile, they want to tell something. And he just like,
you know what's crazy, right? And I don't know if you want to call it catfish or not, but the first chick I ever smashed was a big girl.
Yeah, I remember that.
And, but the fucked up part about it was like when because I met her, same way in one of them AOL chat rooms when I was in my senior year in school. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of way I convinced her. She lived in, I want to say Perth Amboy or something like that. I convinced her to get
far, bro. That's not even that far.
She got on the train and came down to Asbury.
Yeah.
And then I was working that shop, right, where I was getting paid every Friday. So I'm like, perfect. She came down. So I'm at the train station waiting for whatever. And when she get off the train, I'm looking like, that can't be her. I'm like, oh shit. And she called. No, I didn't have a cell phone. And she told me what she was gonna have on when she got the train. I told her what I was gonna be wearing. So she was like, Jamaal. I was like, yeah, I forgot her name. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I done cashed my check already. So we can just catch a cab, go to the movies, catch a cab from the movie theater back to the house. Back to the train station. Nobody gonna see it. Yeah. So, that whole date went well. Saraya see me in the mall, said some shit, to everybody in school, but ain't nobody really seen her yet. I shout out to Nook, because Nook looked me out on that when told me she was saying shit, and I cursed her fat black ass the fuck out. So then, like, fast forward, like I want to say like either a week or two later, she wanted to come down and chill. I'm like, all right, fuck it. She come down. We in the living room eating Chinese food.
I remember
and
that.
out of all the niggas in the world to come to the house at the time, that nigga Bone come through the door. I'm like, oh fuck. And then what make it worse, she offered Bone a broccoli. Like she done ate everything else and offered Bone I'm like, this bitch just don't know what the fuck she just did. Sorry for saying bitch. She wasn't a bitch. She was cool people. But yeah, that shit was like, cause now like it's like, when you get in a situation like, all right, I can't be a dickhead now. So I gotta play it through. But I gotta move to where nobody else can see her till she get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And once Gore seen it and Bone seen it, it was a wrap.
Because we was all there, bro. Everybody was there.
And that's the thing. I think them niggas made a phone call to y'all niggas. Then all y'all
I don't know.
To the crib.
I think we were all supposed to meet up, bro. Because anytime, because Bone was always wherever we had to be first. He was always there first, and we showed up, and you was already like involved in whatever. But I think you were leaving when we were getting there. You know what I'm saying?
And I was like, God damn, I think the only person I didn't see that day was Kareem. I think he was in Georgia at that time still.
Because I was like Fifth Ave, and I think we was like on the porch just chilling because we didn't want to cop block you, nothing like that. You know, so he was off on the porch just chilling and shit like that.
I wouldn't mind that time.
Yeah. Because now, bro, let me tell you, because motherfuckers are still getting catfished today, but it's different. Because now it's the makeup. So they're getting catfished by makeup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've had that happen to me before. That's why I don't mess with chicks that wear a lot of makeup. Because I met this young lady. This is in Hawaii, bro. So we're like adults and shit. Met this young lady in Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? And she was like East African, and they're normally like naturally beautiful women and shit like that. And I met her in a fucking bar, and she was bad. Took her back to the crib, beat it down. You know what I'm saying? Because she was like 5'10". You know what I'm saying? Like nice, like stacked. You know, like one of them East African women with a nice ass body, nice ass face, everything, bro. And then that morning when I woke up, her whole fucking face was on my goddamn pillowcase. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
And then she went to the bathroom and then washed her face and came back, and it was a whole other person. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, bitch, I don't know you, dog. Like, yo. And then I was mad, bro. I was mad because her face looked completely different. Like, I don't like chicks that paint their eyebrows on and shit like that. I don't like none of that shit. Her whole face was different, right? So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm a just chill because she was in the Navy, right? And I didn't know that till like the next day. And I never do that, right? And she was in the Navy and shit like that. I knew that till the next day. And yeah, because I'd have got in trouble because she was an officer and I was enlisted, bro. And so you're not supposed to do that. And so she fucking she goes out to sea for like 2 weeks and shit, and she's like trying to get in hold of me and shit like that, and I'm just dubbing her, bro. I'm not responding to her nothing like that because I'm like, bitch, you left your whole face on my pillow. I gotta throw this pillow away now. I you know, it's like a whole nigga there. You know what I'm saying? So then I forgot what she looked like, bro. And I'm sitting, I remember it, bro. I'm sitting in the parking lot, like outside of a store on base, in uniform, on my phone, like talking to you niggas, right? And she comes up to my car and knocks on the fucking window. And she didn't have no makeup on because she was in uniform. And I turned around and looked and was like, oh shit, yo, like I was fucking scared because, yo, my man's, yo, it was like, I hate you women that paint your fucking face in makeup. Stop doing that shit. That shit is fucking lying. You know what I'm saying? Because she was a whole different complexion, bro. She was a whole different complexion on the night that I met her in the bar. Like her makeup was beautiful, and it lasted the entire night in the club. The after hours shit through me beating it down 3 times that night, and then the next morning it was like Cinderella. This bitch turned into a whole pumpkin. You know what I'm saying? Like she turned into a whole fucking pumpkin because I'm sitting there, I'm looking at her, and I'm like, who the fuck is this nigga? And I didn't want to roll my window down. And then she's like, Tori. And I'm like, oh shit, you know me? And I rolled the window down, and then she was like, how come you didn't like, how come I didn't respond to her when she was like hitting me up and shit like that? I'm like, oh, I just been busy, my bad. And then, you know, and then I was like, yeah, you know, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, she makeup, she that fake up. That's what it is, man. I got faked up. She had that fake up on me because, you know, these motherfuckers are paint their whole face, paint their eyebrows on, they contour their face, all this shit. And it's like, yo, why you do that? I don't know what you look like. You know what I'm saying?
I can say that's one thing with my wife. She wears it, but she doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't wear like a whole bunch of it. She just like she'll do her cheeks, whatever, her eyebrows and all that shit. But
yeah, and I'm cool with that. You want to accent your natural features. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, I am super fucking basic when it comes to women, and women have this misconception of me and my taste in women because they see the women that I'm involved with, right? And it's a very high standard of women. And they're like all like a certain type. They're all a certain type for the most part, right? But I'm like, yo, I really don't care what you look like that much. You know what I'm saying? And this is a conversation like I had with like I'm in a parenting group, right? Because I'm a fucking stay-at-home dad and shit. So like I go to the park, I have like all these moms and like nannies and all pars and shit that I kick it with while the kids are playing, right? And so we talk about shit all the time. And they always come back to me like, why are you single? Like you retired from the Navy, you had this great career, you got a daughter, you know, you're out here going back to school, doing something else. You like all this positive shit. And they're like, well, why are you single? What are you looking for in a woman? What's your type? And we all are on like social media. So they've seen the women that I've messed with, right? And I'm like, well, I don't have a type. Like my standards are you have to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Mentally and physically and emotionally, right? That be healthy and then be cooperative. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have a facial standard. I don't like body type. I'm not really caught up in that because I've been with women that can be considered dimes. I've been with women that can be considered dubs. And I only enjoy myself if I like them. So if I don't like you and I'm sleeping with you, I'm not having fun. You know what I'm saying? It's not enjoyable. But if I like you, you don't have to be a 10. You can be a 5. Because you attend to me, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's the thing females don't realize. It's like not all guys don't want the perfect body and all that shit. Nah, like if we could go somewhere and kick it and I can just be myself, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, because it's like, yo, like are you funny? You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing. Like that's the thing with my wife. Like she has this little goofy side of shit that she do. I just be like, fuck wrong with you? but it makes me laugh.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So like that, like we compliment each other. I used to tell her all the time, like whenever we started dating, we would go out. You know, I'll have on jeans, t-shirt, fitted hat, you know, Tim, sneakers, whatever. I look like I just came from slinging drugs or some shit. She got the dress on with the heels and all done up and shit. We look like night and day.
Yeah.
But we make each other comfortable. Like we can be ourselves around each other. Yeah. Like it ain't I gotta act a certain way or she gotta act a certain way. The little like my wife is clumsy as hell. Like for whatever reason she trips over nothing. But every time she does it, I make jokes about it with her.
Yeah.
Like she gets on me about how lazy or slow I be moving around. Like I don't be want to do shit. But that's me.
Because that was your original nickname was Slow Mo. And then it got changed. It got changed to Slox because niggas is still living off experience.
Yeah.
Yo, but yeah, man, like that shit is mad important. Just like the energy between two people, man, that is way more important than looks because it's like I tell them all the time, and these are like, you know, stay-at-home moms that their husbands make a bunch of money and they look good. Right. Or they're like babysitters or like our pars or nannies and they look good and they like have problems getting men. And it's like y'all be worried about the dumbest shit. Like y'all worried about y'all looks. Like you need to focus on your personality. You know what I'm saying? Because because y'all will sit here and wonder how, you know, this quote unquote unattractive woman or this out of shape woman or this fat woman got this handsome guy. And it's like, well, what does she do for him? I bet you she makes him laugh. I bet you she makes him feel good. I bet you she allows him to be vulnerable. You know, I bet you she doesn't judge him, you know, and she's willing to cooperate, you know, with him and build something. And a lot of y'all can't do that because y'all been focused, y'all been pretty your whole lives and y'all had pretty privilege and never had to develop personality. And now when you're at the age when looks, when I can get a chick and go get her a Brazilian butt lift and go get her some new tits and go get her fucking face redone. Beauty has no value to me now. You know
not at all.
Yeah. So now it's like, what are you on the inside? Like, can we sit here and watch One Punch Man and you not ask me a million questions? You know what I'm saying? Can you put me up on some new music?
Listen. You know I'm glad you said that. Female, for all y'all females that listen to this podcast, when we are watching a movie, a TV show, sports, whatever, and y'all watch it with us, just shut the fuck up. Like, please, don't ask a million and one questions about what we watch. 9 times out of 10, the questions you are going to ask will get answered if you just shut the fuck up and watch.
Yeah.
Or just wait to a commercial.
Yeah.
But that is key. Like I love my wife for this because I'm into boxing. Boxing and football. My wife not into sports like that. So whatever, when the weekend she would come to my crib or whatever, when I stayed in Jersey, you know, I would be ordering, you know, the Mayweather fights, the Pacquiao fights, whatever. And she would sit down and actually watch them with me. She wouldn't ask questions about it, you know, or if she did ask questions, she'll wait till the round is over, you know, hey, what's going on here? So now, it's now she can watch boxing and football and know what's going on.
Yeah. And that's so important, man, because if you do that to them when they're watching their fucking shows, they will tear your ass up. They will curse you the fuck out.
Hell yeah.
Like, and it's just chill. Just chill.
Just sit back and relax and just watch the show. Everything you want to know, if you just sit there and watch it, 9 times out of 10 it's gonna get answered.
Cause like for me, like when I'm you know when I'm not being a single thought, right, and we do shit like that together, like I have no problem at all watching their TV shows and programs, because I honestly don't give a fuck what's going on. I'm just cool doing something with them. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, we're watching Say Yes to the Dress on Discovery Channel. Bro, I don't give a fuck about this show, but you are into it. And
Pretty
I'm
much.
cool just sitting here with you, watching you be into some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like just watching you be into this shit. It's a good show. I'm capping by acting like I don't like watching it. But it's like
I find it. Listen, low key, a lot of shows my wife watch, like all them Say Yes to the Dress, and
it's a different kind of entertainment, bro.
Yeah, it's like now she big on the HGTV, the home.
I love that shit, bro. Like Flip and Flop and
she
like
into all them shows,
it,
whatever.
Like the Wedding Ring or the fucking Property. That shit is crazy.
Yeah,
I like that shit, bro.
She watched the other show where they go to a city and they pick like I want to say like 6 people, so I think it's like 3 boys and 3 men and 3 women, and they get married.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They have to they stay together, like they stay married. Like your first time seeing a person is like when you get to the altar. That's your first time.
Oh yeah, it's like what's that? Married at First Sight?
Yeah,
that's my shit.
and they got to sit. But then what's crazy, like they get married and they like, all right, we're gonna go stay in the man house. So they'll go to his house to stay and all this shit. Yo, that shows, because then at the end of this, when the season's over, they decide if they want to either get married, stay married, or get divorced.
Yeah.
Yo, that show is crazy. I watched that with her a few times. That shit, like they had this one dude where he was with a chick, and since he wanted to get to know her before he had sex with her.
Yeah.
She like listen, I'm trying to fuck something. Like what's like we've been together all the time.
One of us.
Yeah, she's like we've been together all the time. We ain't get physical yet. Like what's going on?
She's like, you better get them buns up, nigga.
Like the shit crazy. Like some of her shows low key I be fucking with. Then others I'm like, oh, you watch this dumb shit. But you know, it's shit she likes. So
because it's weird because I have like a couple friends that I have in the military that had arranged marriages, and them shits worked. Where it was like they didn't know the girl until they families arranged marriages, and it was like, you married now, motherfucker. And they were like, my homeboy Muhammad Islam, he's from fucking Malaysia, and that's how he got married to his wife, and they've been together like 15 years. You know what I'm saying? I got like other homeboys just like that, and I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm like, that could work because you don't know shit about them, they don't know nothing about you, you ain't no baggage, you don't worry about no body count. It's like, all right, bam, let's just fucking do it. Because, you know, I'm sitting here this weekend, right? And I'm thinking about like, what are the barriers from men and women having, or men and men, women and women, whatever the fuck, cats and dogs, I don't give a fuck, right? But whatever you are, what is stopping people from having committed relationships, right? And I'm like, yo, it's people don't understand what love is, right? And what I've figured out is that there are 3 phases of love. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how ice is like, or water is like a solid liquid and a gas. Love is the same way, right? First off, love is a choice, right? It has to be a conscious decision because it requires you to commit to someone, right? And it's like, hey, I am choosing to love this person, right? And that's the choice. That's the first step, is saying, hey, I'm going to love her. You know what I'm saying? You got to say it out loud. I'm going to love this person. And then the second part is the action verb, right? Because love is a verb. It is a series of actions that you do every fucking day to make this person comfortable, to make this person happy. You know what I'm saying? To appreciate this person from the time you wake up to how you greet them, to how you communicate them during the day, to the level of respect that y'all show, to all the and whatever your love language is, how you communicate with them. It's like, that is the act of love, is what you do to show this person that you appreciate them being in your life. And then the third part is the presence. It's like the act of being. It's the state of being in love. So it's when 2 people who have made that decision to love each other and they're doing this shit together, And now you have a state of being, which is love, right? And a lot of people get it fucked up because they're like, I'm in love. And it's just one person doing some shit, or one person that made that choice. And the other person's like, well, that ain't what I want yet, or I'm not ready for that kind of commitment. And that's when you have these relationships where somebody is like smothering the other person, or one person is more into it than the other. And they like, oh, well, you misled me, or you led me on. It's like, I didn't lead you on shit. I never said I love you.
You just missed all the signals.
Yeah, like, and I think, if we don't make that shit known, like, yo, I love you. I'm choosing to love you, and I'm going to create an atmosphere of love. Like if motherfuckers, because back in the day, you had to ask a girl to be your girlfriend, right? It's like, yo, do you want to be my girlfriend? Yes or no? And they would say yes or no. And it's like the same shit. And we get to be adults now. And it's like, yo, like with your situation, right? You said, hey, I'm going to commit to this woman. Bam. I'm going to perform these actions that let her know that my commitment is real, and then create this constant state of being, which is love. And then that fucking permeates into the people around you, because when you have love and you're in a state of love and you're doing the action of love, your kids see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your friends see it, and it affects them. Because like when you're around people that are together, but they're not in love, they're not fun to be around. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But when you got two motherfuckers in love, you want to be around them because you want to get some of that shit. It's like, no, let's do some couple of shit so some of that rubs off of me, nigga. Shit.
Yeah,
you know
it's awkward as hell going on a double date with a couple that ain't on the same level that y'all on.
Yeah.
That shit, boy.
Yeah, because then that's when the person that's doing all the action of love, they notice the other person reciprocating that, and they're like, yo, I don't have that. Why aren't you giving me what I asked for? You know
and they start arguing.
Yeah.
You gotta sit there like, oh shit. You hear what this bitch just said? Oh shit.
Yeah. That's when they start putting your business out there, talking about you got a little ass dick and I put a finger in your booty. But yo, speaking of niggas getting a finger in their booty, what's up with your man Kanye?
Yo, fuck him, man. Like,
Atlanta gave
listen.
Kanye a day, and he's living in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium right now to finish his album. Did you hear any of the snippets or the previews? Do you care about a Kanye West album in 2021?
No, I stopped fucking with Kanye. I hate to say this, but when his mom passed away, I think like he was on a downward slope.
Yeah,
and it just kept going. His music hasn't been the same since what was the one that I want to say late registration?
Late registration, yeah, that was because you had
the one that had Drive Slow on it. That was late registration, right?
That was late registration. That was a classic album.
Yeah, I like his first three when he started doing the auto tune shit, and like the 808 and Heartbreaks had some songs in it I like, but it wasn't. No,
I don't think it was as good as people like. People think 808s and Heartbreaks was this like groundbreaking album.
I don't think so. It was okay, songs, but
it wasn't as good as My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I
didn't hear that, and that's the thing. I didn't hear that. By that time, I was already checked out.
Yeah, he lost a lot of. Well, he lost a lot of fans with 808s and Heartbreaks, but then he gained a lot as well. That kind of propelled him into superstardom because that's what crossed him over into the pop territory. You know what I'm saying?
Then when he did that Trump shit, I'm like, oh nigga, I'm fully off now. Like like nah, I can't support you, bro. Like nah.
Yeah, because that's how I've been, and people look at me like I'm some fucking like I'm an asshole because when I saw a bunch of people going to Mercedes-Benz Stadium to listen to an unfinished Kanye West album with him in the middle of the fucking field, just vibing to his own music, and you niggas paying $40 for a hot dog and $65 from chicken wings, I said, damn, they must have put trash in the middle of that stadium because a bunch of goddamn coons around this shit right now. And people got mad at me. But hey, man, here's the thing. Y'all want me to be mad at R. Kelly, be mad at Bill Cosby, be mad at Chris Brown, be mad at fucking my man Tory Lanez, be mad at all these celebrities that or artists or musicians that or Michael Jackson or all this shit, right? You want me to be upset with
do some fuck shit.
Yeah, but
He
then
don't
we
get
got
no
somebody.
pass.
We got somebody that not only does some fuck shit that affects, because like let's say Tory Lanez, right? Tory Lanez shoots Megan Thee Stallion allegedly, right? That just affects those motherfuckers. When
Pretty
you got
much.
Kanye West going to the White House trying to influence the president on policy that affects all of us, especially black people, and he's aligning himself with a man who we all know is racist and has surrounded himself with racists, and you align yourself with him, I can't fuck with you. Just like Jim Brown. I love Jim Brown. Jim Brown, fuck you. Steve Harvey, fuck you. Michael Vick, fuck you.
You know what's crazy? What I lost respect for Steve Harvey because when Trump was running for president, on Steve Harvey radio shit, he was bashing him. Oh, he can't do this, blah, 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 blah. And as soon as he got in office, your ass tapped danced up there and went to go talk to this man.
Yeah.
I'm like, this nigga here. And then the shit that killed me, he come out with this fucking book to think like a man or whatever that shit was.
Yeah.
This nigga been divorced like 15 times. So y'all taking advice from this nigga?
It's just like 7 times.
Y'all taking advice from
and he's cheated.
This nigga.
He cheated on every wife. He cheated on every one of his wives.
Y'all fell for the ultimate hustle, man.
The wildest shit with Steve Harvey is that he wrote all these books about how to be a good woman, and then his daughter fucked every rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh. Like, but even your own daughter's not taking your advice.
Yeah, but she's with Michael B. Jordan now, so you know he's salute to him. He fucking made a housewife out of a whore. But I'm not judging, but I am judging.
As long as he's happy, fuck it.
I'm sorry, man. Any bitch that fucks Future and Diddy, you a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Because them niggas know each other.
Didn't she fuck Diddy and his son though?
And his son. She fucked Diddy's son first and then fucked Diddy.
Yeah, like nah.
That's bad parenting. I'm sorry.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah. That's like fucking Step Brothers, where he was like, what's gonna happen when she comes to the kitchen and sees this luscious fucking patch of hair going down to my ball fro, and she's had the old bull, now she wants the young calf. yeah. Well, that's exactly what that shit is like. That shit was crazy. Yo, like, yeah, Diddy's a wild boy, man. We probably talk about Kanye West. Listen, no one cares about a Kanye West album in 2021 except
not at all.
Fans. I don't give a fuck.
Kanye.
You know what I'm saying? And the people, everybody out here, if you are taken aback or a little offended because I consider you a coon for supporting a Kanye West album in 2021, then that's just what it is. That's just what it is.
My thing, what the fuck did he have on his why was he wearing a fucking condom or a scheme or whatever the fuck he had on his face? Like, what was that about?
No, he got a fucking condom on his face. Like he about to go rob a fucking convenience store or some shit. Nah, man, he wants to be Lady Gaga. That's what it is. He wants to be Lady Gaga so fucking bad. He's just copying all her shit. Everything that he's doing, she already fucking did. So, you know, and then it's like, my thing is this, man. Dude went on Twitter and tweeted that he wanted to have an abortion with his first kid. You know what I'm saying? That he tried to convince Kim to have an abortion. You know what I mean? He went on Twitter and said that Kim Kardashian, his wife, was sleeping with Drake. You know what I'm saying? He went on there and said that Meek Mill was fucking with her. He was beefing with niggas over his insecurities, over his wife. You wanted to marry her, bro. You knew what you was getting when you signed up. You saw Ray J and you saw Ray J sex tape and you was like, you know what? I think I want to.
I can make it work.
Yeah, I can make it work. Even and this is not like let's bash Kim. I actually fuck with Kim Kardashian now. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, bro, you went for the most popular woman in the world and that's what you got. And now you're not happy because you are not secure in your manhood because you didn't have a daddy growing up. The end. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have a daddy growing up. So you don't know how to act when you got a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying?
And you make ugly ass sneakers.
Y'all don't tell niggas that. They're comfortable. They're comfortable.
Fuck them. Them shits are fucking horrible.
Hey, niggas, you know what was comfortable? Shackles. Knew we were slaves. Those was real fucking comfortable too. You know what I'm saying? Because every time I see a nigga wearing Yeezys, that's what I think about. A bunch of fucking niggas on a plantation. But y'all choosing to be on that plantation, just like that dickhead said. Slavery was the choice. Y'all choosing
to like, come on, man. Like,
$200, $300, $400 for some ugly ass fucking sneakers. That you can't even play ball in.
You can't do shit in them motherfuckers.
Nah, but look like a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they look like fucking the brown sack that come with the potatoes.
Yeah.
They look like them shits. That's what them shits look like with a rubber sole.
But we hating though, bro. We hating though because this nigga's a billionaire. So you know when you making jokes on a rich nigga, the joke's on you. That's what J. Cole said. You know what I'm saying? So you know let me stop this Kanye hate. Let me stop this Kanye hate. Kanye, I hope your album's good so your fans can shut the fuck up. All right. But all I know is that Drake album is going to be better, and I hope it comes out the same day to break your
he'll probably do that shady shit come out either the same day or the day before.
I need it
fuck with him.
because the same time because when J. Cole dropped his album the same time as Kanye, that nigga outsold him. J. Cole outsold him. J. Cole beat him.
What J. Cole album was that?
Born Sinner.
Oh shit!
To
me, J. Cole is better than Kanye. So as far as like rapping and all that shit, like I'd rather listen to J. Cole anything.
If you're asking me, I'd agree with you. I agree with you. You know, I agree with you. You know, he's a better rapper. Production wise, I'd give Kanye the edge because Kanye created a whole style.
Yeah.
But he didn't create it because he stole it from No ID. But Kanye kind of pioneered the style. But he kind of made it hip to be a nerd. So I'm not going to take away Kanye's impact on the game.
Yeah, I give Kanye total.
I was the biggest Kanye fan. Cool. He inspired me to be a producer.
College Dropout my shit.
Yeah, like College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Like those are my shits, bro. Even Life of Pablo. It was, but it has some joints on there. But like, the motherfucker just does wild shit. Like he's the ultimate. He's a walking contradiction. It's like he said in his own raps. When a black man get on, leave your ass for a white girl. And what did he do?
That's exactly what he do.
His black girlfriend who was there with him, went to an HBCU, beautiful, beautiful black woman. He said, I promise, Mr. Rainey, I promise to marry your daughter. Well, guess what? You lied, Kanye. Because when you got on, you left that beautiful black woman for an alabaster queen. You know what I'm saying? For a Caucasian princess. I ain't mad at you though, bro. I ain't mad at you. Do what you got to do. You're divorced now with mad kids. So I can't wait for that motherfucking settlement. That child support shit. You know what I'm saying? Kim got money. She don't need it. You know what I'm saying?
It would, just to be spiteful, she'll take it anyway.
You know what? I doubt she would because Kim is the kind of person that can get another man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kim could go out there and get another billionaire easy. With 5 kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Easy. Just because of what she's doing now in social justice and police reform and all this shit she's doing now.
Who cares? My thing with that though, I wonder if she's doing that as something like as if it's genuine.
Well, she's been doing that for years. She's been doing that since about 2013. So because and for what it was for me, right? Because I was dating a girl at the time that I used to love watching her show. And I used to say the same shit that we all say, like, what the fuck is she famous for? What is she with her platform? Blah, 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 blah. And then she started telling me about all this philanthropic shit she was doing. And then I remember watching an episode and they were talking about the Armenian genocide and she's half Armenian. Her dad was Armenian. And she was really, really passionate about that because it was, they tried to eradicate the Armenian people. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what the Armenian genocide is, look it up and then you'll see what it is, right? But she was, doing a lot of work in that area. And I'm like, yo, I respect that. She is passionate about something. And then what happened is that once she got with a black man and was married to a black man and had black kids, she was like, yo, I got to ride for these motherfuckers. And that's when she hit the switch and was like, boom, I'm going to do all this shit to make a better world for my daughter at the time. And then the rest of her kids, right. Who are black children. Right. Mm-hmm. And we go through that same shit, bro. Like we're terrible people until we have a kid. And then it's like, yo, we gotta be good people now for our kids, and that's what she did. And I respect that. Cause if you look at how she's conducted herself from the first child to now, it's from her old shit is night and day. Her trajectory is through the roof and it's all been positive shit. Kanye has been on the downslope. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Starting with death of his mom. And Atlanta gave him his own day, but it is what it is. Shout to my man Drake. Also Jay-Z, I love you, but fuck you. How he gave you 20 minutes on stage. What was he thinking? You know what I'm saying? He talked shit about you for 20 fucking minutes on stage, turned his back on the black community, got with Donald Trump. Y'all traded songs about each other, and then Jay-Z got on his fucking album. But that's cool. You know why? Because that's their relationship. They got to live with that shit. I don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a very fickle person. So for that act alone, for Jay-Z getting his album, I can't listen to Jay-Z anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't listen to Jay. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Because I can't listen to this album. My Tidal subscription has not been renewed. It would already, when he sold the company, I was gonna let it expire. When I heard that shit, I was like, yo, delete the fuck out of here. I don't want to. I mean,
Yeah,
I
never had Tidal to begin with, so
it was good, but it was expensive, you know, more expensive than anything else. But yeah, man, it's like that's that. I mean, because we got friends that do some fuck shit and we forgive them. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, bro. Like, I ain't no, like, that's his man, bro. So I can't discredit their history. I'm just an outsider, a broke nigga on the outside talking shit about some billionaires. You know what I'm saying? And I just showed
Pretty
you
much.
that billionaires do some fuck shit too, you know? But hey, man, I'm thinking about getting my dick lasered off, bro. Not my dick, but just like a vasectomy. You know what I'm saying? Am I bugging?
well, it all depends. If you want to have more kids, then yeah. If not, like right now, let's say me and my wife, God forbid, we get a divorce. I'm going right. Nah, clip my shit off. I ain't having no more. Nah.
Yeah, because I'm about right there. Because I'm like, yo, I'm at the age where the women I mess with are my age. You know what I'm saying? So if we don't have a kid in the next year or two, it ain't safe.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
the older they get, the more complications they get with having kids.
Exactly.
So we can sit there and bust loads all day. So,
hell yeah.
You know what I mean? But like like if you don't see yourself having no more kids, no more whatever.
Yeah, because I'm like, especially now, bro, it is non-invasive. You can be in and out in 15 minutes, you know. And I'm like, because I'm telling you right now, if I'd have been 18 and we'd have had this laser technology to just fucking burn my nuts and I would not have kids, I would have did that a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? I'd also probably have AIDS. Because I would never use a condom. You know what I'm saying? But
that's the downside. You like, shit, I ain't got to worry about it getting pregnant.
Well, no, because you can go and get this shit PrEP, which is just like the medication that niggas take for when they got HIV. You can just take it now, and you won't get it because it's like a T cell blocker. So it'll fucking so the virus could no shit come in your body, but it wouldn't be able to latch onto your white blood cells. You know what I'm saying? So you're good. But then, I mean, when you're our age, you're not just like recklessly fucking anybody. And then for me, like,
yeah, I hope not.
No, for me, I'm like, yo, like, you know, when's the last time you've been tested? What's your status? Can I see that shit? You know what I mean? Because it's bro, you can go to any Minute Clinic, get a test for $90. You can go to Planned Parenthood, it's like $99, or your own doctor will give it to you for free, and you can get results back in 2 days, 3 days, bro. We can wait. We can wait. If we go out on Friday, you know what I'm saying? I don't gotta fuck that weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or, you know, we can wait, go get tested together, and then improve our shit so we know we got a clean slate and there's nothing else to worry about. And then if I got my balls laser, bro, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's just like, then I'm like Shine, bro. It's like Shine in the club with Diddy, shooting that bitch up. That's what we doing, bro.
I'm doing with my Trace on, I'm about to dive in.
Hell yeah, man. Like, I'm about to dive in. Splash. Yo, because I'm gonna tell you right now, man, that's why I like being in relationships. I'm always, you know, and you know, I have female friends, right? And they're like, they think I'm like going through some shit right now because this is the longest that they've known me when I've not been in a relationship. I'm normally always in a relationship. And it's because I hate using condoms. You know, like I hate condoms.
Yeah, condoms suck.
I'd rather beat my dick than use condoms. And so I'd rather just have a girlfriend and we can have unprotected sex. That's it.
Yeah, I had to use the fake nut move plenty of times because I couldn't bust with a condom.
Oh my God. And why don't women believe that shit, bro?
We
got to do that shit sometimes, man. Like, and then you got to pull the condom off so they don't see it and just throw it away.
Just because with all that friction and shit there, nah, this shit ain't
Yeah,
gonna
like
work.
cause your dick just be hot, yo. It just be hot for no reason.
You get tired and it's like,
And
man,
it's
fuck
like,
this.
yo.
Ugh. All right.
It's like beating your dick with a fucking bike inner tube, dog. That's what wearing a condom is like. Yo.
Yeah, nah,
It's terrible.
like that.
Shout out to everybody having unprotected sex. I know
For
my
real.
sisters, they're gonna hear this shit and be like, yo, you're a sicko, but I'm your brother, so love me. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what going through your whole phase. That's how you figure all this shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah, my whole phase,
listen,
my whole phase right now is terrible, right? Because I am like the chick that TLC warned you about when they said no scrubs, because I literally don't have a car. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not driving to see anybody.
you know what's crazy? I remember a friend of mine. In fact, I still talk to this day. She literally like my best friend. She a female. We've never had any sexual tension.
You got to say woman. You can't say female. You got to say woman.
I'm sorry, woman.
Yes.
She asked me one day. She was like, "How do you stay like with different females when you really ain't got shit to offer?" I'm like, because at the time that the job I had was decent, but I wasn't really making no money, and I didn't have a car. Like y'all niggas, I didn't get my license till I was 30-something years old. But like my whole thing was my personality. I'm charming as shit. And I keep them laughing.
Yep, that's it, man.
And
I laugh them draws off, bro.
Whenever females are around me, they always feel comfortable.
Yep.
And I just use that to my advantage.
Yeah.
But yeah.
One thing I learned is that you just can't be fully yourself, bro. Like, and it can't be about you. Like when you're around women, it has to be about them. You know what I'm saying? Like about making them laugh, making them comfortable. Because when you sit back and you think about it, right? And now this is us being serious. Women have it hard. Every day they have to walk through life, and people just harass them all day. You know, it's like when we were in school. I'm not saying us, but motherfuckers would line up along the lockers for two reasons: you was cracking jokes or you was catcalling. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody walked by with some bullshit on, you was cracking jokes. Or if a girl walked by, it was like, yo, you with the fat ass, what's up? So imagine going through that for 20-something years of your life. Or you in a bar, you in a club, and people grabbing you and shit like that. And you see all those. So when you get around some dudes that aren't doing that, and they're just like making you laugh and shit, and they don't want nothing to do with you except to like be friends and they want to be around that. You know what I'm saying? And so that is very important. It's like, yo, yeah. And that's why I always ask people, like I ask men the same question, right? I'm like, yo, take away the finances. What do you have to offer a woman? You know what I'm saying? And they be like, oh, well, I got dick. Yeah, dick and problems, motherfucker. Dick problems. Now, what else do you have to offer a woman? And then the same question I asked the women that are like pretty is like, yo, what do you have to offer a man besides pussy? And that's when they have this big crisis because they're like, oh shit, I don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's why you're single.
Yeah. And fucking now, it's like the same question, right? It's like my friends that are women, they're like, yo, how the fuck are you going out on dates with chicks and you literally got rid of everything that you had in Hawaii, moved out here, started over in the fucking hood, no car, with a kid, a college student with a fucking podcast, right? They're like, why would any woman date you? And I'm like, yo, because I'm charming. I'm nice.
That's it.
I'm funny. Like I have a good personality. I know how to cheer people up. I do nice things. Like when I had money, when I made six figures, I was the same way. I did nice shit for people. So now that I don't have that, I still do nice shit for people. And people are like, oh, well, he has something to offer besides dick and problems, because the people women I switch with now, they all make way more money than me. Shit. But it's like, what do I have to offer? Right here, baby.
And that's one thing about my wife. When we was dating, she was going to school, so she was only work during the summer. So whenever we would go out, I was always trying to bill for stuff. But I knew that was part of my angle. Like I might not have a car, but I got bread to pay for shit.
Yeah, and she had the whip, right?
No, she didn't have a car either. We We was busting it, training it.
That's
Nigga,
what's up.
we
That's
took a
fucking
bus.
love, man.
We took a bus to Wildwood one day, my nigga.
Y'all some
Mind
y'all
you-
some gangsters, bro.
Listen,
The
mind
bus
you-
trip to Wildwood is crazy.
Listen, and the last bus left Wildwood at like 11 something. Nigga, by 5 o'clock, we was already bored as shit.
Yo, the bus to Wildwood is like for old people, bro. Wildwood is for old people.
It was fun as shit though, but Nick, oh my God, it's something I'll never do it again.
Yeah, I got a question, man. Do you think it's double standards and gender roles? And what I mean by that, like you said, hey, you pay for the meals, and me going on dates, I pay for fucking meals, right? I've dated women that expect a man to pay for every meal, right? And I've been in a situation where women do the fake reach for the check. I let them pay. If you reach for the check, unless we're friends, like if we're friends, like platonic friends,
Yeah.
I'm paying because I brought you out here, right? Or if the women that I'm cool with, they'll pay, right? We'll switch. We'll go, like, it ain't no problem, right? But if we're friends, I'm paying 99% of the time because, yo, like, that's my homie, right?
Yeah.
But with women I'm dating, or if I'm in the process of doing that, if I invite you out and then you like reach for the check, you can have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I'm not
you
gonna
can
argue
have
with
it.
you.
Yeah, and I've let a woman pay that, and I was out. Matter of fact, I was out with her and her mom, right? And this was like the first time I met her mom, and we're in Hawaii, and this woman made a substantial amount of money. About this, she made more than me when I was making 6 figures, right? Made more than me. And we're out with her mom. Everything's shit going great. Mom loves me, right? And then the bill came, and then she reached for the check, looked at it, and then like dropped it in front of her. And I let it sit there. And then the fucking waiter came and said, like, are you guys ready to take that? And I was like, yeah, she got it. And her mom looked at me and smiled. And I knew why she was smiling. And then the woman, she paid the check. You know what I'm saying? And then she got mad and tried to curse me out in the car. And her mom was like, well, why'd you reach for the check? You know?
Exactly.
She was like, what? It's like, if you didn't want to pay for the meal, why did you reach for the check? Because the shit came to me and I pulled my shit out and then she grabbed it. And her mom was like, why'd you reach for the fucking check? You can't get mad. Like, you asked for it. You can't get mad if you ask for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because her mom was married to her husband for like, I don't know, 40, 50 years. And she was like, my husband does the same thing. If I grab the check, I'm paying for it. Like, the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And then her mom was like, well, why would you expect a man to pay for every meal? And I'm like, whoa. You opened up a can of worms now, Mom. Yeah, because why would you expect that?
And that's the thing. Like, I have 2 theories on that. First and foremost, if we go out as a man, I feel that's okay. The first couple of dates, yes, I have to pay for it.
Why?
So
why do you have to pay for it?
That's just I don't have to. It's just that's just how I was raised up. Like, let me rephrase. Like, if I ask you to go out, that means I'm paying for it.
I agree with that. But the whole man pays for shit came from when women didn't work.
Yeah, but you know, as in a dating world, like when you go, usually the guy always takes the girl out first. You know, he asks dinner to the movies. He always initiates the going somewhere.
Yeah. So in that case, you should pay. If you initiate, now, I invite you out.
If you ask me out, that means you paying for this shit.
Or you paying something.
Some kind of way. I'm getting something out this deal.
Yeah.
But I've actually been on a date with a girl where this is like our first and last date, where she asked me to go out, and I told her, I'm like, nah, I can't right now because I gave her some kind of other reason because I didn't have the money.
Yeah.
He was like, oh no, don't worry about it. Just come on out. I'll have you. I think I had to be to work early or something like that. She's like, no, don't worry about it. I'll have you out. Blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, fuck it. Went out. The little bit of money I had, I was like, fuck it. If I gotta pay for it, I'll do it because I have it, but I didn't have it to last.
Yeah.
Till I got my next check.
Yeah, you want comfortable. Shaky. He's like third grade and fucking half baked.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this bitch want a hot dog.
Like, damn, now you want some ketchup too, bitch? What the fuck? Eat that shit dry. So, we go out to eat. After we went to like Applebee's or something like that, did some little cheap shit.
That 2 for $20.
But no, I think this is before the 2 for $20. This is when you go like for the half price advertising, some shit like that.
Yeah.
So when the check came, I went to go grab it. She grabbed it, looked at it, and give it back to me. I'm like, what the fuck you doing?
She was like, nah.
She's like, I want to see how much it was. I'm like, are you paying for it? She was like, no. They're like, why the fuck you want to see how much it was? And if you're not paying for it, it don't matter to you then. It's like, what's the problem? Like, there's no need for you to know how much it is if you're not paying for it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's none of your business. If you're not paying for it, it don't give a fuck how much it costs. That's no. So that led to an argument. She dropped me off and never talked to her again.
Yeah, because I mean, because
like
it's crazy,
but
man.
that's my right. Like if I'm paying for it, don't ask me how much the bill costs. If you want to know how much it costs, pay for it.
Yeah,
if
I agree.
Shut the fuck up.
Because I'll tell you right now, man. Like when, because I know how much that shit costs. Because I know what I eat. You know what I mean? And it's like when one of my friends offers to pay the bill. Oh my God, that just shows me that you love me. You know what I'm saying? Like with my friends, with my female friends, my women friends, when they pay the bill, I'm like, yo, you love me because I know how much I eat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
and that going out to eat shit, that shit get expensive. Especially
it does.
When you take a chick out that, feel since she not paying for it, she get to order the most expensive shit on the
everything
menu.
on the menu, bro. And then don't even be eating this shit. And then want your food at that.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying?
Listen,
want your food.
Off. Don't order something you're not gonna eat and don't eat my fucking food.
Yeah. Don't order something you can't afford, bro. Like,
don't do that.
Jesus Christ. Like, you get to a spot, you go to Roof Chris, they want to get the fucking the $90 entree. Like, yo, fam. Whoa. Yo.
Yeah, like real shit. Quick story. My wife, my girlfriend at the time, but not my wife. She loves seafood. I'm not a seafood person like that. I deal with it because of her.
Yeah.
So she used to love going to Red Lobster. So we went to Red Lobster one day. She got like the ultimate feast or some shit like that came with lobster, shrimp, all that shit all that expensive shit on her fucking plate.
Yeah.
Her plate, just her plate, cost more than my meal and drink. Mind you, I had an alcoholic drink at that. Her one plate cost more than both of my shits. When the check came, the check was $50 and some change. Her meal was $25 and some change. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yo, and you know what's crazy? When you think about that number now, it's not a lot.
No, it's not at all.
But it was a lot then. But it was a lot. You're like, yo,
like,
fam.
yo, what the fuck?
Yo.
She's like, well, I'm like, yo, your meal was half the fucking check. She was like, but I'm like, yeah, you ate all this shit, but then your meal was half the fucking check.
Yeah.
But
like, I don't even like cheddar biscuits.
Like that. I don't even like motherfucking shrimp like that and shit.
Yeah.
But,
because you see, right? It's like, all right, because a lot of this comes from just like how we have women that are working now, and they still expect us to do certain traditional things or have traditional roles that they don't do anymore. You know what I'm saying? And then we get fucking mad about it, but we don't know how to communicate. Period. So we just get mad and just fucking curse them out and shit. But it's like women work, right? They work and they make a significant amount of money, but they still expect you to pay for every meal or every fucking date. And it's like, well, what the fuck do you work for? Like, so your money is your money and my money is to spend on you. What part of the game is that? Or it's like they want to go out and work, but they can't do housework now, or they don't know how to cook and do all that shit that we expect them to be able to do because they still want us to be the primary provider. So it's like, yo, that's cool, but what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you going to cook, clean, tend the house, things of that nature while I work? Or are you just going to fucking work, spend up all your money, and I still got to do all this shit in the house as well? You know, and then on our end, we have it fucked up because we'll get with a woman that works, and then we'll expect her to come home and cook dinner. Like, nigga, she got off the same time as you. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you ain't cook? You know, or you got off first, bro. Like, why didn't, like, you know, and it's like, we don't communicate our expectations of the relationship early. You know what I'm saying? And say,
Yeah.
hey, like this is what I expect, or this is what can work for me, or here's where I'm struggling at, you know, because it's like, if you're a woman and you can't cook, there's nothing wrong with that, right? It's not a crime, but you should let somebody know very
Yeah.
early on. You know what I'm saying?
Because like that's how it's a few females that was interested in me that, you know, we would have these talks, and you know that's how they knew where I was coming from. Like I said, for the longest, I didn't want kids.
Yeah.
So females that asked me, well, I plan on having, you know, how you feel about kids? Oh, I don't want kids. Okay, they knew this nigga don't want kids. Ain't no need to sit there and take this shit serious because what I want, he don't want.
Yeah, and a lot of that, because I was the same way, and it wasn't that I didn't want kids. I just didn't want them right now. You know, I just wanted to enjoy this shit. And I don't want to talk about that right now because we ain't there right now. Like that shit is like, that's some 5 year down the road shit, 10 year down the road shit. We trying to get through month 3, month 4, month 5, year 1.
Yeah.
You know, like why the fuck we talking about kids? You know, and now we asked that question. And up until I got divorced, I didn't want kids. And then I was like, I just didn't want them right then. I wanted to enjoy my fucking 20s because everybody I saw that had kids in their 20s, they didn't like get to do the shit that I did, you know, which was wild the fuck out for 10 straight years. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And now I'm like, I'm with a 1-year-old, and it's like, huh, everybody else's kids are grown as fuck now. You know what I'm saying? And now they can be wild ass 38-year-olds.
But like the thing about that though is you're stable now.
Oh yeah.
You
If
know
I'd had
like
a kid
you
back then, I'd have been.
And that's the thing. Like when I had my this is how I knew it was pretty much meant to happen.
Yeah.
When I had my son, I was working part-time at a grocery store in Jersey called Wegmans. I was in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. It's called Wegmans. I was working part-time as a dishwasher. You know, of course, you know, been with my wife for the longest, so of course we wasn't using condoms. So I remember they had a full-time position had applied. They had popped up, and I applied for it. She told me she got pregnant. The next day, I got the position. Getting the position, I got benefits, health care, all that shit,
Yeah.
raise,
That shit is important,
all
bro.
that shit. So it all came in you know, into play. We had a period where we broke up, whatever, you know, cool. When I had my daughter, I had just got the job at the refinery, so I was making way more money. And the job I had, I was so cool with the supervisor that when I had my daughter, I was able to take off for work for a week to be at home. But then after that, I was able to go to work late to still take care, like to take my son to daycare and do all the other shit. So my wife,
that's dope, man. That's dope.
Could heal up.
Yeah.
So like every time every kid I've had, it fell into place. Like it wasn't, I didn't have to like really struggle like to do certain shit.
Yeah, and that's definitely important, man, because like finances will drive a wedge in a relationship quick when you're not stable.
Yeah.
And when you're worried about like the next paycheck or the next time you can go grocery shopping, diapers, all that kind of shit, formula expensive as hell. And like if the babies, if they're not breastfeeding, shout out to all the big titted women out there with the bosoms filled with luscious milk. You guys are so important because when a baby cannot breastfeed, that formula is about $8 per 32 ounces, and they drink about 32 ounces in 2 days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that shit adds up quick, bro.
We was going to BJ's and getting the big joint.
Yeah.
That should have lasted about a week.
Yeah. And
it's like,
it's like, yo, where does it go? You little as fuck.
And that's the thing. They literally, they'll sit there, they'll drink the bottle, take a shit, go to sleep, wake up and eat another one.
And that's all they do, bro.
And do the same cycle
for
all day.
Fucking months, for 6 months, dog.
I was like,
they can't do shit.
Wait till my son got to the eat regular food. And when I had my daughter, I was like, you know, like I said, I was more financially stable, so it didn't really hit that hard. But I was like, I can't wait till y'all to eat the shit that I eat. Like,
yeah, because that's where I'm with my daughter now, man. And she because she's drinking regular milk, and it's just, you know, 24 ounces a day. That's it. So with her meals, and it's like she gets all her shit from regular whole food now, from regular ass food. And it's like, yo, like I can sit here and cook, and she can eat the same thing as I eat. You know, like she actually eats better than I do. You know what I'm saying? Because her mom makes because that's the one thing we do agree on is that she has to have a specific diet, like a healthy diet. And yeah, like, bro, I went to the, I'm talking with the moms, my mom group, and my daughter just had her year birthday. So she had her yearly checkup. And, for her height, she's in like the 95th percentile, but in her weight, she's in the 75th percentile, right? And she's a lot more advanced than the other kids that are older than her in our group, especially the boys. They develop late as fuck. But even with the girls, like, my daughter, she's walking, running, climbing, jumping, she understands a bunch of fucking words, tries to say words, but still is fucking crazy. And she's advanced and shit. And I'm like, well, the thing is because I do a bunch of shit with her, right? You know what I'm saying? And then like the role that the father plays in like raising kids is very important because all you do, right, is instill them with confidence. That's all a father does is you give your kids confidence, bro. Like there's no fucking secret sauce. There's no mystery. Like them jumping into a pool. Mom ain't gonna do that. Dad is the one that does that. It's like, yo, come jump in. Mom's gonna baby them. You know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy because when the first time we went to Florida to see my wife's cousin, when they stayed at a pool, and my son, he didn't have the vest and all that stuff on, but he just had the goggles. He wanted to jump in. She was like, "Oh no!" I'm like, "Nah, go ahead. Just when you jump near me."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what we do. And it's like, even with like climbing shit, with like something as simple as tossing a baby in the air, women don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And when you toss a baby in the air, that teaches them to trust you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the main thing with babies is that they have to trust you. They have to feel comfortable. And that will alleviate like 90% of the follow-on behavioral problems down the line, right? Because all the kids, they'll be running around being bad as fuck. I call my daughter, she comes immediately. I tell her stop, she stops. I tell her no, she fucking stops what she's doing, turns right around, and then comes to me to make sure she ain't in trouble. This is a 1-year-old, right? I can point at a bottle and say, get that. And she brings it to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, when it comes to discipline, like I went through like a 2-week period where I had to pluck my daughter's hand because she was like grabbing fucking my internet, my fucking cable modem, grabbing the cords,
they just
fucking
grab
up my
shit.
computer, and I would just go pluck her in the hand and say no, or she would try to grab the stove, and I have like everything child safe here, but I don't want you touching anything, right? And so I'm just like, I would pluck her in her fucking hand, and she would cry like, nah! And I would look at her like, no, and that lasted for 2 weeks, and that was when she was 9 months old, and I had to pluck her since. All I gotta do is say no and look at her, and she stops what she's doing. Immediately comes around. These other kids be bad as fuck. And I asked them like, yo, well, what role does what does your husband play? Does the father play? And like, well, dad just goes to work and comes home and then, that's it. And I'm like, yo, they gotta get like, you have to.
Yeah, that interaction is important.
You have to have that interaction. Like that's all they do is give confidence. And then when you look at like a lot of the women that grow up and we wonder why they make all these bad life decisions with men and shit like that, it's because, and it's from having self-esteem issues, from not having a man there to tell them their value and their worth, and because the most important person in a woman's life is her father. That's the person that gives them that confidence, that gives them that fucking self-esteem, that builds them up. He's their number one cheerleader, things like that. Same thing with the son, but it's super important women. It's just like, yo, like, and I'm pretty sure, right, like you see it with your kids compared to other kids that don't have fathers that play that same active role that you're able to play.
Oh yeah, we'll be out. Matter of fact, like you said, we had the pool Saturday. And all these kids running around just doing all crazy shit, and I'm just looking like y'all parents don't like got y'all under control.
Man.
Look, no, we in this section right here. Y'all stay over here with us.
Yeah.
Like I'll be out. You'll see kids, just their mom be in the grocery store walking around, and the kid will just wander off.
Yeah.
And the mom is sitting there looking around. Come here, like what the fuck? No, you should like that. He shouldn't be. No, like my kid. Like listen. Stay in between me and mommy.
Yeah, because
if you out of that, something. Nah.
Because even like when I go to the playground with my daughter, and like the other kids, they have to leave. They start throwing a fit and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
My daughter, she knows. Like when it's time to go, she knows why we're leaving because we're going
I tell my
like
kids that too. Like, listen, you
like
leave, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, it's fucking nap time. Cause I have my daughter on a strict ass routine, bro. From the amount of TV she watches to all the activities we do, everything that I do now. I know what it affects down the road. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I have to read to her. You know what I'm saying? And not because she's learning how to read, but she's learning how to listen. And then she's going to hear words and then learn how to pronounce shit. You know what I'm saying? And then books aren't going to be foreign because all she's seen is us with these books. And now I don't have to, like, I don't grab books for her. She has books in her fucking room and she grabs the books and she goes through them herself. And when she wants me to read it, she brings the book to me. So like her little picture books, she has like picture books for like the alphabet kind of shit. She goes through that herself. You know what I'm saying? She's looking at pictures and shit like that, like because she used to me saying the words. And so she tries to say the words, but then like her big books that require reading, she brings those to me and just sits down. She's like, and just sits down. And I read the book and then she gets up, takes the book, puts it back, and then goes to play for the 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Even when like we watch TV, it's like the only shit that I have her watch is like educational shit or cartoons or programs that show women in empowered roles, or like none of that damsel in distress bullshit. It's like if she's watching TV on Disney Channel, she's watching Doc McStuffins. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
My daughter used to love that show.
Yeah, because it's like, yo, that's a black woman. The mom is a fucking doctor, not the dad. The mom is a doctor. The daughter is acting like the mom, doing this shit, helping out everybody, all this positive shit. And it's like, well, why would I have my daughter watch some other goofy ass shit when this is a positive image right here? You know what I'm saying? Or like I have her watch this lady, Monica Sutton, who's like a teacher for early childhood and shit. And they go through the alphabet and the colors and the days of the week every day. And I know my daughter does not understand all that yet, but she needs to understand a woman giving you instruction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a woman in an authoritative role, you know, a woman in a teaching position, you know what I'm saying? So when she goes to school, she's already used to that whole shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. And I'm like, you know, talking to all these moms and shit, and they're just like, well, how the fuck do we tell our husbands to do that? And I'm like, I don't know. That's your job. I'm single.
I think you shouldn't have to tell them that should be something you should want to do.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Is like we still have these ideas that the woman should do all this shit, but it's like, yo, we know that doesn't work. Like we know we have to play an active role in the kid's life. And that's, I want to bring it back to like, what is success to us? One of the biggest things that, you know, we talked about is just like, it's just being a better parent than the one that we didn't have. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much. And like that's what I try to do. Like my mom, I love her to death. She did a hell of a job with me and my brother. Like we could have turned out a lot worse from how we grew up to, you know, some situations we was living in or whatever. Shit could have went way left. But, you know, we had that structure around us to where we understood, like, all right, dad not here, mom's doing this. You know, we had uncles and all that other shit, but my mom held it down for the most part. And it always, when it was just me, her, and my brother, it was always cool. The only time it would be a little bit of friction is she would meet a new boyfriend, and it was always usually my brother and him bumping heads.
Yeah.
You know, because I was the one. I'm like, all right, look, I understand it's mom's house. I gotta follow mom's shit. Can't do no dumb shit. He was the rebellious one. I wasn't.
Yeah, he's like, yo, who this nigga?
Yeah, but as I got older, started having kids of my own, I realized how important having two incomes was instead of just one.
Oh my God,
I realized how important it is, you know, to have that stable structure with both parents, to where, okay, mommy got to go to work, but dad can still hold the house down, or daddy got to go to work, mom can still hold the house down. You know, we're able to do so much more because it's two of us. Yeah. To where the shit that my mom couldn't do, it wasn't the fact that she couldn't do it, it's just that she didn't have the help to do it. Yeah, exactly. And that's why, you know, like I tell my homeboys that are not with their wives or not with their child's moms, I'm like, yo, bro, just being there and being able to give her that break
and take the kid for, for like your time and shit like that. I'm like, fam, think about your friends that didn't have that, or you not growing up with that, like, and your mom never having that break, and how much that just stressed her out, bro. And it's like, even if, y'all ain't on the same page, simply by being there and taking the kid and doing your time, an equal amount of fucking time, you're giving her that time to decompress, because if not, she'll get burnt out, bro. And we see this happen to women all the time. They get fucking burnt out from always having to be the parent. And it's like, when you have two people there, whether you're living there or you're fucking next door or you're in the same city, it's like, yo, you can give that other person a break or get them some help or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So even though you ain't with baby moms, yo, you can still do the job as a father. Cause I see, you see people that they'll break up with the moms and they think that means they broke up with their kid. Like, nah, fam.
Yeah, it don't work like that.
It don't work like that, bro. You still gotta be there.
I also hate though the females that, the guy breaks up with them and they use the kid as a tool to hurt him.
Yeah, that happens a lot. That happens a lot.
You can't do that. Like that right there. Like if you have a guy that just because y'all fell off, don't stop that man from being a father to his child. Yeah. Like, cause that's real important. And I've always said I didn't want to go through a situation with that's why I always like to have kids. Because I wanted to make sure that the person I had kids with, I'm gonna be with. Yeah. Because I don't want the baby mama job. I don't want that shit. Yeah, fuck that. And I've seen too many times where somebody, the girl, like the guy have a kid with a girl, and they don't see eye to eye on whatever. So they'll break up and he'll go on and start flourishing, and she be salty because he doing his thing and she's still stuck where she at. So she used the kid to hurt him. Like he got to go to court. Yeah. And he argued over custody, and they gonna side. Pick her up this weekend. But, they gonna side with the woman. You know what I'm saying? And it's a fucked up system. Yeah. But like I said, like when it came to me having kids, it was just so many things that I wanted to make sure that they had or didn't have to worry about, because now we have both parents. Like to this day, my kids don't know what imitation cereal is. Yeah. like real shit coming in a bag. None of that bag bullshit, bro. Like it's funny as shit. I remember waking up, living with my mom. She would go to the grocery store, get the ShopRite brand of cereal. You know what I'm saying? Now it wasn't no whatever. She could get 4 boxes, but if the first one that's open, eat that one till you go to the next one. Yeah. You go my cupboard now, it's like 5 boxes of cereal that's open. Making it rain fucking Fruit Loops in this bitch. Like, my son one day, this nigga ate a whole box of Fruity Pebbles in one sitting. Yeah. Yo, my mom would have fucking killed me, bro. My mom would have fucked me up. Like, if I ate the whole box at one sitting. But that's a flex now, bro. That's what's a flex now, bro, is like your kids going to the eye doctor or your kids going to the dentist or your kids having healthcare, bro. Because how many people that we know that didn't have that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you got sick. You got sick. You just got sick, bro. It out. Like, yo, you was going to the school nurse and shit, bro. Drink this Sprite or drink this motherfucking ginger ale or whatever. Ginger ale and shit, bro. Drink that shit. Rub some tussin on it. Yeah, and it's like now it's like, yo, fam, my kid go to the doctor every 3-4 months, bro. Like these motherfuckers get glasses whenever they want to. You want some braces, get that shit too. Like, and then it's crazy because we'll do all this shit for our kids for like their health, but we still be pussy as hell when it comes to go to the doctor. and that's the thing. Another thing I love about my wife, she keeps me on that shit. Yeah. Like because the kids got healthcare through the state. But I got healthcare for me and my wife through my job. Yeah. So I'm sitting there paying for this shit every week, but I don't fucking use it. She was like, nah, take your ass to the dentist. Take your ass to get a physical. Like, yeah. Go get some fucking glasses. That shit is important, bro, because it's like a lot of times, especially with us, man, we'll have some shit that's wrong with us, and we don't want to know what it is. Yeah. We're just like, yo, we'll just thug it out because that's what we've done for so long, and then we'll fuck around and die at 50. You know what I'm saying? Because it was some shit we could have caught 20 years ago, bro, or like our knee hurts or something. Like they like, oh man, my fucking knee. Every time it rains, it gets tight. Well, go to the doctor, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. But your whole thing is fucking. If I can still maneuver, I'm cool. Yeah. Because now it's like I'm not in that position. I'm in that position by choice now, right? Because it's like
I have insurance. I have healthcare. I can go to any doctor I want to. I just don't want to now. Because like when I was in the military, it's like I went all the fucking time because I'm like, whatever's wrong with me, I have to know because it has to be documented. And now that I'm like just out here, I'm like, well, unless I'm dying or unless it's COVID, I'm all right. You know, but it's like, yo, I know I have to go because I have to be here for my daughter. And so that's like the battle I have with myself is like, yo, I gotta take care of myself beyond just having a healthy diet and exercising and going to therapy. I can't be a pussy and not go to the doctor. You know what I'm saying? Because and the thing was like when I was in the military, I knew the doctor, right? Because so it's like they know how to give me bad news or whatever news. Now it's like, yo, I don't know y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all put a camera in my butt, y'all gonna be talking about it on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, cause fam, I had to get I had to get a Euroscope. You know what I'm saying? That's when they put a camera in your fucking pee hole and they put it all the way up to your bladder. Yeah, because this was like 2016, bro. I had a prostate issue. My prostate was enlarged from stress, right? And they thought it might have been like a kidney issue or like maybe liver cancer or something like that because I had like a bunch of blood in my urine. And so this went on for like 3 or 4 months, bro, getting x-rays and audiograms, things like that. And they did the urology, the Euroscope, and they put a camera in my wiener. And I was cool with that because I knew my doctor. Like me and this motherfucker were cool, bro. Like we played Xbox together. He was like 50 years old playing Xbox, right? But and we'd be at the bars. We went to the same gym together. He was a cool dude. And so I'm like, yo, I'm cool with you sticking this camera inside of me, but I can't just go to some random person and had him finger in my butt talking about relax. I'm a doctor. They're like, are you? I see the news. You might be that black dude, that fake doctor like this. You might be that nigga just fingering people, man. I can't be dealing with that, bro.
It's crazy. You mentioned hearing the bad news, right? So check it. I go to I'm at work one day, me and a guy, we bullshitting around, horse playing around or whatever. And I bend my foot the wrong way and like fuck my foot up to where like I'm limping.
Yeah.
So I go to the doctor to make sure shit ain't broke or whatever. So I go, take the x-rays, whatever. I'll come to find out when you have insurance, they see you right away.
Yep.
You get in there, you fill your shit out, call your name up, you go to the bag, you ain't waiting as long as all that bullshit. So I go take my x-rays and I'm sitting in the waiting room waiting for the lady to come out. So she come out and the first thing she says out of mind, she's like, oh, have you ever broke your foot before? I'm like, no, why? She's like, are you sure? Like, have you ever done anything? now I'm getting nervous. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, nah, like, wow. She's like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm like, what shit? She was like, yeah, you had it was a fracture in your foot that healed by itself.
Yeah.
If the motherfucker healed, then don't tell me about the shit. I don't
well, that's what I'm saying. You probably had a whole 4-month period where your foot fucking hurt.
Didn't even know it. And
you were just like, crazy. Yo, let me stop wearing Timbs.
When I was working at the refinery, we had to go get a physical every year because we had to wear respirators.
Yeah. So
you had to make sure your lungs and shit was still cool because it was a chemical H2S that if you breathed in, it could fuck your shit up. Mm-hmm. There was an odorless chemical and it could kill you.
Was that hydrogen sulfide?
I think that's what it's called. But so I go do my physical and they hook you up to the EKG machine or something it's called.
Yeah.
And they put them little things on your chest, whatever. So, I'll go through that, everything, do the whole test and shit. They do the shit where they put the little machine, you got to blow to it and hold the little ball in at the certain line for a certain amount of time, whatever.
Yeah.
Do all that shit. So the lady's like, all right, the doctor will be back with your results in a minute. So, I put my shirt back on, whatever. He come in. He's like, have you ever had any heart problems? I'm like, nah, like any heart attacks. I'm like, all right, nigga, like you got me worried now. Like, what the fuck
right.
going on?
This nigga dick teasing you with bad news.
Yeah, he's like,
he's just putting the tip in.
Yeah. He's like, oh, how long have you had your job? I'm like, oh, I've been working here for about 2 years. He's like, and you have never had no breathing issues? Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? Just come out with it. Like, what the fuck? He's like, oh, I found out I have an irregular heartbeat.
Yeah.
He was like, no, just from the results from your test, you have an irregular heartbeat. It's like, I'm like, so what's that mean? He's like, oh, it's nothing serious. He's like, just, your heart beat differently. I just want to make sure, like, you haven't had any breathing issues. because if you had, we had to do more tests or whatever. But if you've been doing this job for this long and haven't had any issues, you say, oh, you're fine, nigga. Just say that then.
Yeah, they be fucking taking you around a whole fucking shit, like making you all fucking scared, like, yo.
Nigga, I'm like, damn, I'm thinking of something. Now I gotta get a new job. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, cause that's as bad as when you get like an STD test and they call you with the results, but you ain't got nothing, and it's like, fam, you could have sent me a text. You know what I'm saying? Like, or they be like, well, your results take a couple days, and they be like, well, we can't get your results over the phone. Like,
you gotta come in.
It's me. You can tell me right now. I don't want to look you in the eye and you tell me I got gonorrhea. No, tell me now so I can know this shit and the CVS, bro. I don't need to look you in the eye.
Yeah.
So then when you see me later, you blast that dirty dick nigga right there.
Like, no, I don't need all that. But like that was always my fear with going to the doctor was going and hearing bad news. And
because that's me, bro. That's me.
Like,
I'm shook at that.
Yeah, like that's my thing. Don't tell me, like, don't let me go in there and I'm feeling fine and I come out, I got diabetes or some shit. Like,
yeah,
like
that shit can happen, bro. And another thing, with men that we gotta is our mental health, man. A lot of times we're like reluctant to go to counseling or therapy because we think it means you're crazy because we're used to seeing that in the hood, like, oh, them fucker crazy, he's crazy, he's a special ed, he's retarded. That's how we come up. If you go to some counseling, some therapy, something's wrong with you. But it's like, yo, sometimes you're just going because you need to talk about some shit, and you don't have anybody to talk to about it because they're not trained to work through certain shit. And a lot of the shit is like things that happened in our past, right? And like we were just having a conversation about having PTSD, right? And it's like, yo, if you from where we're from and you've seen what we've seen, you probably have a little bit of trauma that you need to work through. You know what I'm saying? Or something as simple as, let's say, like me, right? It's like I grew up, like I had my stepdad was there, but my biological dad wasn't there. And so for years, I didn't think that affected me, right? Until I was like 30 and I was like, oh, I have detachment issues. You know, like it's really easy for me to not speak to somebody or cut somebody off completely for something very small because of my biological dad not being there, right? And I didn't want to think about it like that.
I might have that shit too. I'm the same way.
I'm like, yo, bro, like this, I'm like, these aren't related. But then when I sit there and I talk with a therapist, she showed me exactly how the fuck it was related, like in every situation. And she was like, because it's somebody that should have cared for you, that easily discarded you. And so because I am the most important thing to me, and I understand that I was just easily discarded, right? It's like, well, I do the same thing to everyone else because I can make them not important out of convenience. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh shit, no wonder why you got all these fucking degrees on your fucking wall because you're pretty goddamn smart. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the thing. And so when I tell people I'm into therapy, like I wasn't going because I was depressed. I'm trying to figure out myself. I'm trying to figure out me. It's like, why do I do things a certain way? Why am I always in a relationship? You know what I'm saying? And it was because I don't want to be lonely. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like I was abandoned from some shit that happened a million years ago that I was able to get through life with it, right? But I never addressed it. And it's like, well, now you always are in a relationship and always want to be in a relationship because you don't want to be lonely. And it's like, damn, bitch.
I've told myself a lot of times that I need to go to therapy because it's shit that I think about to me that I shouldn't be thinking about.
Bro, they get you to talking. Bro. Like you go in there hard. You go in there with the mindset that they are not going to, because we all think these niggas are going to have a fucking stopwatch and hypnotize me and get me to fucking crack like a fucking duck, right?
Yeah.
You just go in there and you just start talking about whatever. Like when I went in with my therapist, we started talking about basketball. You know what I'm saying? And she started talking about LeBron James. And then she started telling a story about LeBron James and then turned it into me. You know what I'm saying? And she was
But
like,
but that's how they do it though, because
yeah,
they can't directly come out and ask you, because then you're gonna have your blockers up.
yeah,
So they gotta go around and shit to get you to talk about something.
yeah.
Open up.
And we just started talking about basketball and shit like that, and teamwork and captains and like loyalty and legacy. And then we started talking about free agency. And then she was like, and then she's asked a question, and she was like, well, damn, like, well, that's probably how you feel about your dad. And I was like, yeah, man, like, you know, when he, you know, wasn't there and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh shit, you fucking bitch. You know what I'm saying? It was like on The Office. It was like on The Office when Toby got Michael to start talking about shit. And he was on there talking,
like,
doing exercises.
It's finally working.
Yeah.
He was like, you motherfucker. He's like, nope, I'm done.
And that's exactly how it was. And then now I go in, but now when I go in, oh, we getting right to the shits, because now I'm open to it now, and I know what they're there to do. And so it's like, yo, we ain't beating around the bush. Here's the issue. You know what I'm saying? And let's start talking about it, you know, and then you start to get into even more shit. And really, it's not about, like, they don't fix you and they don't identify any problems. You self-identify all the, like, unless you're clinical, right? But like the majority of shit that we go through, we tell them what the problem is, and then we come up with the solution as well. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to agree to whatever the treatment is, whatever the plan is, right, to wellness. And so it's like they teach us, like we teach ourselves how to get better. We already have the answers. It's just about being open to the idea, like how you're scared of success, or how somebody's scared of success is like, we're scared of healing ourselves, because we have to first admit that there's something that's hurt, and we are taught to be strong and suck it up and boys don't cry, walk it off, all that shit. But we got to be vulnerable to somebody first. We got to show that wound, you know what I'm saying, to heal it. And we don't want to fucking take that Band-Aid off ever. We like, nah, this shit is good. It's a nice little scab, you know, whatever, but it's still fucked up under this Band-Aid. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And that's important, man. So like, that's why I be telling y'all, man, like, hell yeah, man, go to some therapy, bro. That shit is all right. Especially couples therapy is great, because especially for men, because it allows us to open up to our partners without worrying about getting judged, because we have this third party in here that will protect us. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're there to protect you emotionally. You know what I'm saying? And so if your partner was like some wild ass motherfucker, like one of these Love Hip Hop bitches that would spaz out on you, no, they'll stop that right there, or just send them out. You know what I'm saying? But nah, you can go there and they can lead you down this journey of you telling your partner like what's going on, without them interrupting you, without them judging you, and they can just sit there and hear it, you telling somebody else, and then hear you like go through it and work through it, and then they can see where they fit in. Because a lot of times when we tell our problems to like our partner, they think that they have to fix them, and it's like, no, you don't got to fix nothing. You just got to know what's going on. You just got to know what's going on.
I found myself like with my wife, when she tells me something she's going through, I immediately jump to, okay,
we try to fix it.
Fix it.
Yeah.
And she be like, it's that she just be wanting to vent.
Yeah.
So
and that's the thing. Like, we are so used to fixing problems and solving problems, we don't let them vent, and then we don't know how to vent. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything like we'll vent, but it's like a fucking emergency at that. It's like a crisis. Like, yo, I'm venting because I'm about to fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Not like I'm just venting just to decompress and then move on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like when I come home from work, my wife always asks me, well, you know, how was work? And like she asked me that so I can, I guess, like any problems I had at work, whatever, or anything that happened between leaving my house to go to work to coming home, I can let all that shit out.
Yeah.
But my thing is when I get in my car, I either turn your podcast on, turn some music on, and that right there just gets it all the way from rip. So by the time I get home, I don't want to talk about it because I'm already done with it.
Yeah. So what I used to do is I would call my partner on the way home, because I would do the same thing. And she was like, oh, you're not communicating with me. And I'm like, you're right. I'm not giving you the opportunity to know what I'm going through. So, and this definitely helped me when I was in a long distance relationship. I would call her every day. I would get off work, and it was like an hour drive home, and I would talk to her, for an hour, and I would get home, go work out, and then, you know, we FaceTime or call again. And that like made the long distance relationship work, because every day it was just us just telling what we're going through. You know what I'm saying? So we got some kind of idea, man. But yeah, I ain't trying to get all fucking super deep and all that kind of bullshit, man. But yeah, man, I'm just saying, you know, this is what goes down on Xbox, motherfuckers. You think it's just all fucking kill cams and fucking tactical nukes.
What I've come to realize, I don't think females understand the weight men have on their shoulders.
Oh, it's a lot.
Like it's crazy, because at the end of the day, we still have to be, you know, hold the house down, you know, be strong, take care of this, prime example, when my wife had my son, she found out she had cancer. She had breast cancer. So that whole trial, whatever, I'm like, fuck, like I gotta buckle down, and like this shit gotta get moving. Like something gotta happen, because if she passed from this shit, then I have this child I have to take care of. So I didn't have the time to sit there and I like, you know, dwell on her having cancer, because I'm like, all right, I gotta line shit up to where
you gotta get ready for when she's not here. You know what I'm saying?
So like I remember between that and then her, you know, because her mom had passed from cancer. So that was like, all right, now we got a house you gotta take care of, and niggas, like money gotta keep coming. Like I don't got time to slow down. Like, but you know, she, like, we had a discussion one day. She was like, she's never seen me cry. Like me and my wife been together damn near 20 years, and she's never seen me cry, ever.
Yeah.
And when I think back to situations that where I've, you know, it would make sense for me to cry, I couldn't, because in my mind I'm like, all right, I got to keep going, because I'm the head of the household. I like if she sees me crying, then that's going to put more pressure on her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she already has pressure. So now with me, if I come home and start bawling, crying, or whatever, now the pressure is real.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have to be able to stand strong to deal with this shit, so that way she can deal with it and we can keep moving.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's some real shit, man. It's like a lot of times, you know, when you got a good woman, you can communicate that with them, or they ask you those questions, you know, and they ask you how you're doing, how was your day, and it's not just like the little cursory bullshit where they're just saying to say it. It's like, well, tell me about it, you know, or what's going on, things like that, or they can see when you're visibly upset. But then you got the other ones that don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? They're just like, all right, well, whatever, nigga, you know what I'm saying? The bill's paid, I got a Birkin bag, whatever, fuck, you know what I'm saying? We good.
And those be the ones that don't be in long relationships and don't never get married.
yeah, and buying Steve Harvey books and shit like that. But yo, here's the real thing, man. You know, because is it this weekend? No, it's next Tuesday, bro. Next Tuesday. DipSet, Slox.
Oh yeah, that's
DipSet
going down.
Versus
that's going down.
The fucking Slox.
I'm tuning in. Like, it's on a Tuesday, right? I might call out of work Wednesday just so I can watch that whole shit.
Yeah, and I got my Timbs ready. I got my fucking Nike Tech sweatsuit right in the back. I'm Slox all day, man. LOX, man. So
listen.
Who getting it? Who getting it?
All right, look, we've had this debate before. Like, so listen. I love DipSet. I fuck with DipSet heavy when they had the matter of fact, Santana. You one of the people, the reason why I buy my fitted hat so goddamn big. other than the fact my head big as shit, you Memphis Bleak. I gotta give y'all niggas y'all credit. You and Memphis Bleak are the reason why my
shout out
fitted
to
hat
Memphis
game is
Bleak,
so
man.
strong.
Shout out to Bleak.
But
I love Memphis Bleak, man.
The Slox got too many hits compared to DipSet shit. Now, my only thing is that it's in New York.
Yep.
So some of the songs that DipSet got, they hit harder in New York than they do worldwide. So they gonna have a chance.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be no wash. But DipSet ain't they not gonna win. It's Slox hands down.
Yeah,
but it ain't gonna be no wash.
Physical.
Cause I fuck with Cam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see when that shit come on, Now,
When this shit come on.
but see, what's that? That's 357, right? No.
Let me know. Let me know.
Yeah, let me know.
When this shit come on.
Yeah, but look.
When this shit come on.
But look, but the D block, the Lox got something that can counter that though.
Oh yeah, they do.
Like,
yeah, they
okay,
do.
Like, okay, prime example. Can plays Let Me Know, right?
Right here.
Exactly.
Right here.
What you gonna do? Like, come on.
Right here.
Come on, man.
Right here.
Yeah, like, come on. Like,
yo, right here, bro. Right here.
Now listen, I don't care what anybody. That right there is a point hands down.
Right here.
Them verses right there are points hands down. That's a point hands down.
Right here.
like, come on.
Yo, right here. Yo.
And that's a pretty. They got
right
the grimy
here.
shit. See? they got too much shit.
Yo, right here, bro. Like they got too much shit, man. Too much shit.
It's too much. But see, you can't play that because you can't play that because they both on it.
Yeah, so Cam and fucking Jadakiss, Jada and Styles have about 5 or 6 songs they're on together, and then Jones has a bunch of songs with the Lox. That's hot, right? But then the fucking DipSet gonna play Old Boy and shit like that. But then that's when people forget that the Lox got songs with Jennifer Lopez. You know what I'm saying?
And that, but you see, because Cam, I give it to Cam. Cam's feature back, he got a lot of features with some R&B type shit. But like, that's the point. I'm sorry, that's the point.
This is the point. Because the Lox is on this.
You know, it's a point too that, but I know you haven't forgot, but people probably forget about the Best of Me, the original Best of Me.
Oh yeah, with Jada, yeah, and that's the
point. That's the point.
And that's the thing. Yo, you know what's going to hit hard? You know what's going to hit hard that people forgot about? But I know Gordon didn't forget about this. Shout out to my man Tex. I know Mike B noticed too. This is going to hit hard.
Oh, hell yeah. Alchemist. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yo, it's like, yo, what the fuck? This is going to hit hard.
Yo. But see, this is why I was telling you they have to make rules to this shit.
Yo,
like, it has to be a guideline to this.
Yo, this is going to hit. Yo,
like
then with Jada and Mary J. Blige,
yeah,
that's going to hit. This going to hit.
Now, when that come on, what are you going to play to counter that song?
This is going to hit.
See, that game is over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cause it's like, these motherfuckers.
They're doing 20 songs, right? I guess they're doing 20 songs. It's easily gonna be 15-5.
This shit.
I'm just happy to be here.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know who lined this up, but this gonna be a good look for New York.
Yo, and then these motherfuckers can play this shit.
When it's all said and done, after they said I
won. Yo,
but see now, and that's the thing. Joel's got some shit he can play. Jim Jones got a bunch of bangers he can play.
Jones is the secret weapon.
Yeah, Jones. Yeah,
Jones has 20 by himself.
His catalog is gonna be what's gonna hold him down.
What they gonna do?
Because
what they gonna do with that, bro?
Now that's the thing. Now, are they playing just album cuts? Or are they playing mixtape shit too?
They play mixtape shit. D Block still got it, bro. Because then it's
that's
like,
what I'm saying. Like,
yo, when this shit come on, the shit's over. The shit's over, bro.
The truth be told, I say like the first 5 songs off the We Are the Streets is fucking it's golden.
Yeah. Yo,
Like it's nah like this.
I get you
I get you
kidnapped and
kidnapped
taped
and
and
raped
thrown
and
off a
thrown off a
roof.
roof. That nigga love throwing somebody off the roof, man.
It's like it's only a gat. Cause yo, Styles P got mad dope ass fucking records.
Yeah.
Yo,
And
he
what's
don't make
crazy
no party records.
if you go to his mixtape, Ghost in the Machine, Ghost in
Oh,
the
that
Shell,
shit, yeah.
like come on,
The shit
man.
with Tyler Kweli was dope.
Yeah. This ain't gonna look good for Dipset, man.
Nope.
As much as I ride with Dipset and
Bro.
love their music, they bro, like that's why I look at it now to where
Oh. but I'm Jones.
Jones got some shit. Jones got some shit.
Make It Rain, Ballin',
He got some shit.
Emotionless. Oh my God, Jones has.
He got even the other joint. What's that shit? It's off that Emotionless album, that the POE album, that Penitential on the Donkey. That shit
that's my
hard.
shit. That's my shit,
That
bro.
shit hit hard.
Yeah, Jones has
Weatherman. That shit hit hard.
Yeah, like Jones got dope ass shit, but then the Lox can go in a super old school bag and pull out shit like this.
Yeah, they have to make guidelines for this shit to make it fair for Dipset.
Yep.
As fucked up as it sounded, it is what it is. Because
they can pull out this, yo, bro. The Lox got songs with Big. They can pull out what they gonna do when this come on? What they gonna do when this come on? This is an automatic point. Automatic point.
Yeah.
Automatic
Black
point.
Rock. Oh yeah.
Automatic point.
Because look, between that song right there and Last Days.
Yep.
You get the point off Last Days.
Automatic points. You know what I'm saying?
Then if you go to the mixtape shit to the freestyle they did on the Funk Flex to the Wu-Tang beat, the Cream beat.
Yep.
What's comparing to that?
Yeah, that's why, bro. When I sat there and I started making this playlist, I started off. I was like, yo, I'm gonna get 20 songs from each person. I started with Jones, and I'm like, nah, it's not gonna work because Jones got 50. You know what I'm saying? But up against the Lox, it ain't because all the Lox had good enough solo careers, but together they're just better. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, to me, Dipset is better apart. You know what I mean? Dipset is like, Cam is better with Cam. Jones is better as Jones. They only did one Dipset album, really. You know, like they had two bunch of mixtapes, but everybody was better separate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why it's gonna be fucking crazy, bro. But hell yeah, I'm watching that shit in fucking HD. Yeah. Crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Surround sound on, Tim's on in the house, everything. You know,
I told a friend of mine, somebody getting shot after that shit over.
Yeah, bro, it's at MSG at the Nokia Theater.
They about to turn that shit out.
That shit gonna be crazy, man. But I'll tell you what, this versus shit. This is what I wanted to see. To me, versus should be a live show. It should be a concert, and they should do full songs. You know what I'm saying? Because or at least 2 minutes per song. 2 minutes per song. So that way it's 20 songs, 40-minute show, 2 people, 80-minute show. You know what I mean? So that's a dope ass concert when it's 2 acts you want to see. Dipset and the Lox for 80 minutes. That's a fun ass time, bro. That's a great show. That's a great show. And now imagine what it would be in the future now, bro, with them doing live shows, and wherever the artists are from, you go to that city. You know what I mean? And you sell out that theater. You sell out that arena or whatever, and you do the verses there. Imagine Gucci and Jeezy, not at Mercedes-Benz, but at the Atlanta Hawks shit. Jeezy ain't gonna sell out.
They did theirs at Magic City.
Which was hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Because Gucci was rapping about killing Jeezy's friend. That's why Gucci is the realest motherfucker ever, bro. But but the thing is, Gucci Man can't sell out an arena, and neither can Jeezy right now. But if you put them two together in a versus, that sells. And I think the verses can get acts that are like older, our age and shit like that normally wouldn't do big venues. They can sell out a venue now. They can sell out an arena now. All these verses should be arena shows. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like Outcast in anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but
3-6
you can't
Mafia
put-
in anybody, right? Like 3-6 Mafia right now could not sell out an arena, right? But if you put them in a versus against another group,
But-
they selling that shit out. They selling it out.
who would you put him against?
3-6.
Yeah.
Honestly, it would have to be Bone Thugs. Have to be Bone Thugs because they had real beef.
That might
Because
that
they
might
had
work.
real beef. And
That might
motherfuckers,
work.
people think that Bone Thugs ain't got 20. Bone Thugs got a very strong 20. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They got a
but Bone
very
Thugs
strong
got some
20.
shit. Because
Yeah,
they did their little solo shit too.
Yeah, but
came out
it's
with
like, yo,
solo projects.
but 3-6 has some shit. And if you're not a 3-6 fan, you don't really know until you hear the records. Because 3-6 Mafia is 4 people plus Project Pat. You know what I'm saying? And then they've been relevant
Sipping
for.
on some dessert.
Come on,
Yeah,
fam.
they can. Yeah.
Motherfuckers had me in high school with a baby bottle filled up with cough syrup and alcohol, running around with a baby bottle. Shout out my man Dwayne Sample. You know what I'm saying? We was doing that dumbass shit, man. Drinking what we thought was lean back then, alcohol and fucking cough syrup, bro. Talking about his scissor, running track the next day and shit. Yo, question for you, bro. Question for you. Friends, right? We've known each other for a million years, but as an adult, how do you make new friends? Or when was the last new friend you made?
At my job, like the guys I work with, because I don't go out like that to mingle with people. So the way I meet people now is through work, or like my neighbor before he moved. You know, I met him because I was barbecuing one day. He smelled the shit. You know, started talking. You know, came cool, but. That was just, you know, because he's my neighbor. I try to be cool with my neighbor and all, because you never know when you're going to need your neighbor to look out your house, shit like that, whatever. But for the most part, it's always at a job I have. You know, you like, prime example, like it's about 3 guys at my job that I'm like, if I was to quit, I'll still talk to.
Yeah.
One of them, he's from Jersey, so we got that connection. Another one, he's the other guy, he's a little bit older, but we got the same mentality. Well, the other 2, one's older, one's around my age. We had that same mentality, whereas, you know, this job is not it for us. We want something better. So, you know, you try to find somebody. I'm not gonna say that's like you, but have the same kind of mind that you have, because, you know, you got guys that's my age that still going to the club and all. I don't do that shit, so we have nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or that's out, you know, being with all these women and all this stuff. Like, I'm not single, so I can't relate to the single life. So, like, most of the guys I talk to, like, that I'm cool with now, other than, you know, my circle, are married, working, you know, taking care of the household, trying to better their family, shit like that. Like, we're all on the same level mentally, because that we have something to talk about. Because I can't relate to you if you get off work and go to the club. I don't do that shit. What are we gonna talk about? All we got to talk about is work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what's crazy is like our men's standards for friendship are like extremely low. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, hold on. Let me put my phone up right before my charge. My phone died.
No doubt. Yeah, like our standards.
Come here, mama.
Our standards for friendship. Like all we need is one thing in common with somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the motherfucker likes barbecue. For me, it's normal. Like, I meet cats when I was in Hawaii and shit. It's like in the gym, or we'd meet in a bar, because I'd normally be there like solo, and they were like, "Yo, what's that drink?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's a whiskey sour." They put an egg in it. That's the old fashioned way. And I'm like, "What you drinking?" "Oh, I'm drinking this old fashioned or this other shit." I'm like, and we just talk over something as mundane and small as that, and it's because we have this one thing in common. We can now just like build
off of it.
Yeah, but it's like with women, fam. They don't make friends because they got mad fucking rules. You know
my wife at her job, she got, you know, people she talked to. But I've always told her, with a lot of jobs she's had, you know, that's your friend because you work there.
Yeah.
As soon as you quit, you're not gonna talk to that person anymore. And she's like, but I used to say, she used to always laugh like, "Oh no," like, no, watch. Like, as soon as you quit that job, you're not gonna talk to that person anymore.
Yeah.
And every job she's had where she's made a friend, I think she got like one person she still talks to like via Facebook or something every now and then. But other than that, this shit don't last long.
Yeah, nah, and it's
But
like, yo, we're like loyal to a fault to our friends, bro. Cause it's like, for me, like, nigga, if you lent me a pencil back in 5th grade, I'm cool with you forever. Until you try to kill me, we are cool. You know what I'm saying?
But see, I'm the opposite. I look at friends now as like prime example. My female friend I was talking about, Daisy. Shout out to Daisy. The reason why we are so cool is because we understand that we both have a life.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, if I don't talk to her for shit, even with y'all, like if we don't talk for like 2 or 3 months, niggas ain't mad about it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I know I've been like years without talking to niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and,
so you know,
it's still
niggas
cool.
are not talk for 2 or 3 months. Get on Xbox and talk like we was hanging out yesterday.
Yeah,
And a lot of people, a lot of
that's what
friends
I mean.
now.
We're loyal because it's like, yo, we never did nothing to each other. So just because we're not speaking doesn't mean it's an issue.
Yeah, it's not beef. It's just life getting in the way.
Yeah. And it's like, well, women, like if they don't talk for like a week, it's like a fucking problem. It's like, why is she mad at me? It's like, yo, she got a whole family, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's the thing. Like I've from talking to other like females, whatever, they were like, yeah, well, I haven't heard from her and blah blah blah. Well, maybe she just taking care of life shit. Like,
yeah, or reach out to her. Like, reach out to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, because my whole thing is like wherever we left it at, that's where it's at. So if because I got people like, especially like in the military, when you move around or you move around a bunch from, you know, relocating, it's like, if you was cool with a motherfucker in Jersey and y'all ain't never have no issue, like y'all can still be cool. Y'all may not talk now, but if you're at Jersey and y'all see each other, it's all love. It's all good.
Yeah.
Y'all can fucking
like,
have
what's going on? I ain't seen you in a minute. How you been? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And it's like women will see him be like, oh, I ain't talked to her because, you know, like she didn't invite me to her wedding. Like, well, she lives in a whole other country. You want to go come like, anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so like it's crazy. Like I said, like I don't meet new people, and I don't like I got trust issues. Like that's just me. So I don't let that many people into my life. But it's little shit that like the guys at my job that I'm cool with, like it's certain little shit that they do that I'm like, all right, he can get my loyalty. Because like prime example, I was working with the guy from Jersey. I was working with him one day, and you know, we went somewhere for lunch, and he paid for me. I didn't ask him. He was like he was up there paying for his shit. And when I walked up, he was like, yeah, pay for that too.
And that means a lot, cool. Bro. That means a lot.
That means a lot. I was like, okay, yo, this nigga A1, okay.
Yeah, let me tell you. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like when my friends pay for my food, I'm like, yo, nigga, you love me. Like you love me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're not just going like you, because it's something that's so small, but it's like I just took this 1 ounce of pressure off you, bro.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo. Damn, bro, that means a lot.
And then, you know and then what made it worse when he was like, I was like, no, I got it. He's like, no, I got you. Word? Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
It's like, ow.
It's like little shit like that.
Nas X or something. And
little shit like that means a lot to a nigga.
And that's like how a lot of our friendships happen is like, we'll go out to lunch with a motherfucker that we work with. And they'll just do something dumb like that. Like, yo, you want a soda? Yeah, I got you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or we go to the food truck and we get the shit like, yo, or I'm going to the store. I'm like, oh, you want something good? Like, all right, bet. And then we come back and it's like, oh shit, man. Yeah.
But now the shit that I hate though is when the motherfucker do that shit for you, but with an ulterior motive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't need that.
Yeah, so I haven't had that happen with men. I've had that happen with women. You know what I'm saying? It's about where they'll do a favor with an ulterior motive, or they'll use that favor. If they're mad at you, they'll throw that shit back in your face like, oh, well, I did this for you. It's like, well, I didn't ask you to.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and if we counting favors, you don't want to count favors. You know what I'm saying? Because we can count favors.
Some motherfuckers you can't count favors because you're going to lose.
Yeah. For me, I'm just like, yo, anybody that, like, if I do something for somebody that shit is out of the kindness of my heart. You know what I'm saying? So it's like borrowing money, right? Like I never tell somebody how to pay me back. Like if you say you're gonna pay me back, cool. But if you ask me for money, that means you don't have it. So I'm not going to expect you to have it later. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty
So
much.
it's like, yo, so we good, bro. I'm never going to ask for it. I'm never going to sweat it because it's like, you know, nigga, you needed it. I had it. Like, it is what it is, bro. Like, I don't think
And
twice about it. And I'm not going to come back to you later like, yo, I need a favor because I did this. It's like, nah, like, you my mans. I did this because I care about you and your situation. That's it.
exactly.
I mean,
It's like, cause it's motherfuckers that I've gotten wise to. It's like, all right, my thing is, if you borrow money from me with the intent to pay it back, if it's $20 or more, and I don't get it back, I know how to treat you. So if you come to me and say, hey, I need to borrow $20, I'll get back to you on Friday. Now, you said that, not me. I didn't ask you for it back on a certain date.
Exactly.
You said that. So when Friday come and I ask for my $20 and you get a little your chest out, okay, cool. I know next time you ain't gonna get it because you got an issue with shit. Now if it's like $10, that's whatever. I run through that shit. I spend that shit on fucking snacks and shit. So
yeah,
I ain't big. But it's like it's all on your word. Like words mean a lot. Like if you come to me and say, hey, can I borrow $20? And that's it, that means you don't plan on giving it back, or there's no timeline for you giving it back. But if you say, can I borrow this amount and I'll give it back to you on this time, when it comes that time and you act like I don't exist.
Yeah, I shouldn't have to ask. Like, I shouldn't have to ask.
Exactly.
Bro.
I shouldn't have to ask. If you don't have it, you should be able to come and be like, look, I know I said I'll give it to you at this day. I ain't got it right now. You mind if I do blah, blah, blah? Okay, cool.
Because I respect that. I respect that.
I respect that. But if you just sit there come Friday and you fucking ducking me and shit, like you, my nigga from Bronx, how he was ducking Sonny.
He's like, yo, give me that 20 disclosure. That nigga was out.
Yeah, like, nah, like, I ain't going through all that. In my mind, how old boy said, it costs you $20 to get that man out your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Simple.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and that's and that's because we're about to go back outside, hopefully, after this. Actually, I don't even know, man, because pandemic,
that Delta variant. Coming.
Bro, hold on. Because your boy is in the gang now. You know what I'm saying? I was able to
get vaccinated.
Hell yeah. I had to wait though, bro, because I had the shit. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta wait, right? And so I'm thinking like, okay, I had it. I'm cool. No. You know what I'm saying? I can still get it and I can still transmit it. And then I'm like, all right, well, let me wait till like some better shit comes out. Ain't nothing better coming out, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And except this Delta. That's what's coming out, So I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna listen to these doctors, and because then I had the allergic reaction the like 2 weeks ago, and I couldn't get it then because I was on fucking I was on I was on medication. Yeah, I was tweaking, bro. I was tweaking. Drugs are bad, dude. Funny as, Don't ever smoke weed. No, I'm sitting here mad as hell, bro.
I tried it one time. They my ex.
Yo. Because I'm not allergic to shit, bro. Like not peanut butter, I used to make fun of people that was allergic. Like, you old bitch ass nigga about to die over a peanut. And then pollen, bro. Pollen from the marijuana. Because I've been smoking weed since, the summertime. And because the quality of this shit was so good, I didn't have those issues. And I was smoking, I was vaping, so it wasn't an issue. And then when I was smoking the flower, it was so refined and so perfect in Hawaii, like their shit was hypoallergenic, so it was made for motherfuckers with allergies. So I never had that issue. And then I come out here and I'm fucking with this DC weed, and it first happened with the pre-rolls because they mix in flour with shake sometimes to make pre-rolls, and that's when I had a allergic reaction. And then when I bought some shake and trim of my own to do some other shit with, that's what was causing me, like the fucking pollen that's in the bag was fucking me up, because when I would just smoke the flower, the bud, no problem. But when I would handle shake, all the pollen and shit like that from the leaves and the other shit would just fuck me up, So I can still technically smoke, or I could still vape, but after feeling my neck get tight, bro, Like,
You ain't trying. It ain't worth it.
Yo, man, my whole shit felt puffy, bro. My whole skin felt puffy, but my vitals were fine, and that's why when the dudes came in, they couldn't find nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
that's why I couldn't believe you really called it the ambulance for that shit.
Yo, bro, and that's why I called Jones. I'm like, they ain't about to come in here and tase me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. But so, yo, we going on like 3 fucking hours right now. I gotta get the fuck out of here, do some goddamn homework, and you probably got shit to do yourself, man. But you're always welcome to come back. I told you motherfuckers I would get you on. I just wanted to get this shit settled. And now
Hey, listen, man.
the
I'm here for it,
podcast,
man.
the podcast is open. You see how easy it is because all we're doing is just talking shit. You know what I'm saying? So
like I said, like the next time I'm on, the New Jersey barbecue. Everybody follow that on Instagram. New Jersey barbecue.
Yeah.
Holla at your boy.
Suck the meat off the bone.
My shit gonna be rising, so I'm gonna have a lot more to talk about.
This business is gonna be erect.
Between that and home ownership, I have a lot more to talk about. So
yeah, man, that's bro. And so last thing, bro. Think about where you are now and where you were at 17 years old, about to graduate high school. Did you think you'd be where you are now?
Not at all. not at all. If you was to ask me at 17, shit, if you was to ask me at 20, where do I see myself at 37? It wouldn't be this.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. Like it's fucking
it'd
crazy.
Have been having some job with an apartment and being a straight whore, and it's like now, like for real, like. And it's like now, it's like I said, I never pictured myself married with 2 kids, buying a house. Like you asked earlier, what when did I know when I became a good father and a husband?
Yeah.
When I started doing shit for them.
Yeah.
Like when it was like, all right, I can't do this because that only benefits me, but if I do this, it benefits them.
Because that's the new flex. That's the new flex.
When I started doing shit like that, I was like, yeah, this is where I need to be at.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, because I haven't bought myself shit really since my daughter was born. And I'm like, bro, I'll be on Amazon like, yo, I'm about to get this, I'm about to get this, we're about to do this, we're about to get these toys, about to get these books. Like I'll be geeking off of books like, yo, nigga about to get this Cat in the Hat, hop on Pop, shit about to be lit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but it's shit like that though. Like I was saying the other day, my son, he likes, like gaming. He wanted all that gaming shit. Yeah. So I can't wait to be moved so I can get the little corner phone with the little computer screen and the mouse and all that shit. Just to see him over there in his little zone. Have at it. My daughter, she wanted to do ballet, like some kind of dance, whatever. So my wife gonna put her in, ballet or some kind of dance school or something. But all that shit, right? I can't wait to be at a show where she out there dancing. I'm gonna get, that's my daughter. Hell yeah, get it.
And that's what's up, man. That's success, bro. That's why I tell people, man, that shit. If you doing 1% better than what the fuck you grew up under, like your kids don't got to worry about what the hell you went through. Like I remember going to my neighbor's house, man, borrowing food, dog. You know what I'm saying? Borrowing food. I remember
fam. we used to have to keep me and my brother's bedroom warm with the oven on, and my mom would take towels and put it under all the other doors around, so that he could stay in the kitchen and go into our room.
Yeah. And it's like, imagine, bro, hanging up clothes on a clothesline in the crib. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, having a washer and dryer in your house, is big right now.
Yeah,
like my kids, they don't never have to go to a laundry.
Bro, I had to walk with a big ass basket of laundry, like a pocket full of quarters to the laundromat until like my parents bought a house. Like, they got their first shit on Dunleavy. That's when we had a washer and dryer. Before then, walking to the laundromat. Pocket full of quarters, you know what I'm saying? And that's the new fucking stunting. That's the new flexing, is what you can do for your family. Like how you can put them in a better position than the one that you grew up in, man. But yeah, man. Other than that, bro, you got anything you want to say? Motherfucking New Jersey barbecue, bitch. Fuck a belt. I will break your back.
hey, man, you already know, man. New Jersey barbecue still a fit hat guy, But as I said earlier, man, it ain't a loss if you learn something from it. It's just a stepping stone.
That's what's up, man. So all I'm gonna say, man, listen, Black men, go to the doctor, please.
Oh yeah,
Get
you
your
got
motherfucking
take care of your health.
get
That's
your
important.
prostate examined. Go to therapy. It's not gay. And besides that, fuck being woke. Should never been sleep. Peace.